and I'm delighted to be your moderator for today. Please confirm you can hear me by reacting in the chat. Okay. Okay, so today welcome everybody. Today marks the beginning of something powerful, and for some of us who have been here before, it's actually a continuation. So it's a continuation of growth, it's a continuation of learning and transformation. This is where I learned everything tech, almost everything tech. So it has transformed me, and I hope it will do that for you too. So if you are ready to level up, oh, this Jude said this is his first time. Welcome, welcome. I'm sure you enjoy this. So if you're ready to level up this Codecamp 6.0, let me see you type ready in the chat. Let's blow up the chat. Eniola, okay. Jamil, Eniola, okay, that's teacher. Elizabeth Achom. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of an icebreaker activity now. Um, so I want you to type your name, like what you'll be prepared to call. You don't need to type your full name. So I just need your first name, your location, and then the track that you're in. I need us to connect in the chat. Your full name, your location, and your learning track. It will help us get to know each other. If you're in the same location, you can meet up sometimes. Oh, Eniola is in Lagos. Is it just Lagos people? Okay, there's Enugu, uh, Anambra, Lagos. Lagos is topping the chart. What's happening to other states? Oh, Conroy is from South Africa. Welcome. Port Harcourt. Uyo. Uyo is here. Lagos. Abuja. Abuja is just one person. Can't believe it. This is not possible. There's only one Abuja person here. Ooh, okay, we have to. Let's keep going. Kenya, Matilda. Matilda, this is not your first time here. Oh wow. And your life is in Abuja too. So while we keep typing, I'm going to send something to the chat. So I need you to complete the sentence. So I'm going to type a sentence, and then you guys are going to react to it. I want you to complete the sentence in the chat. So I'm going to type at the end of Codecamp 6.0, I will be. Then you guys are going to complete it. Let's pick something into existence. So I'm typing it at the end of Codecamp. Will be. So I just sent it to the chat. I need you people to complete it. Stephanie said she will be in China. How do you want? I did. How do you intend to do that? Is there something you're not telling us? Let's complete the sentence, please. Okay, I'm happy Amarachi said she will be a back-end developer. A product manager, Niola. Zikam said she will be a professional front-end developer. Annette here said, I'll confirm. Please, Peppy Love, mute your mic.
Okay.
Chidel, At the end of Kodecamp 6.0, I'll be working for Microsoft. Somebody say power. This is this is the kind of dreams I like. This is it. No small dreams here. We're not. See, how far would you dream if you knew you could not fail? Have you ever asked yourself that question? So if you can dream it, you can achieve it. I like this one. Glory said she will be a badass front-end engineer. Annette here said I will be a confirmed machine learning specialist. That's a good one. Sylvia said she'll be a product manager. Busayo said at the end of CodeCamp 6.0, I will be a blockchain product manager, own a farm, and have Goshen. Please, this is wonderful. Why is it specific? I'm really curious. Busayo, Busayo Coca. Please, can you unmute? I need you to tell us why you're specific about the blockchain product manager thing.
Okay, so I've had some interest in blockchain for a while. I've been learning about it, and I really like product management. So I am specific because I know I would be there. I don't know how to. I'm sure it's going to happen.
That's powerful. And I hope you achieve it by the end of 6.0, even before the end of 6.0.
Exactly.
So, yeah, thank you. Oluwatobi Lola. Sorry, Oluwatobi Loba. I got your name. Said, I will be a front-end developer. Sunday said, I will be a software tester, just like me. Stephanie said, I will get work. I will get to work in China. Stephanie, what is this? And what's the issue? Stephanie, please come and tell us what you have with China. Stephanie,
Good evening.
good evening, Stephanie. Please, what do you have with China? You've
I
mentioned it
really
like
want
three
to
times.
I really want to travel out of Nigeria, and China is my first country of interest. So yeah, I wish to be there very soon.
Oh, that's cool. I hope you get it. And as long as you're working towards it, it's going to happen for you. Thank you for coming up. So Rex said, I will be the best designer or developer. Okay. Ejim said, I will be a DevOps engineer. Gafayat said, I will be a DevOps engineer. Abunde Benjamin said, I'll be fully certified DevOps engineer. Steven said, I will be a data analyst. Chris said, a very much sorted after product manager. That's nice. That's specific. Uh, let's move to Chris. I can't read everything here. So let's see. Precious said, at the end of 6.0, I will be an AI engineer. Ella said, I will be a front-end developer. Peppy Love said, I will be working as a product manager. Stephanie said, I will be an exceptional machine learning engineer. That's powerful. Teacher said, I will be a billionaire app developer. This is this is good. This is great. Zoom user, please can you change your the name? Even if it's just your first name, just put it there. Zoom user. So Ojo Samuel said, I'm Ojo Samuel Onimisi. Don't know if I pronounced it well. I currently live in Oshobo, Osun State. At the end of CodeCamp 6.0, I'll be an AI consultant globally. That's lovely. But please write our CodeCamp well. It starts with a K, capital letter K, and it's together. And so Rex, okay, think that's about it. So as we begin our journey, I hope we're all gingered up. Okay, Jojo said Jordan from Calabar. At the end of CodeCamp 6.0, I'll be a DevOps engineer working with AWS. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so let's move on to the next section. On behalf of the entire CodeCamp team, I am officially welcoming you to this life-changing experience. You didn't join here by accident. You're here because your future is calling you and you have decided to answer. So kudos to all you beautiful people, wherever you are. And thanks for joining. Let's see those clapping emoji. Just clap for yourself because if you are here today, you've taken a step already. So let's see the clapping emojis in the chat. Let's see the clapping emojis. Okay. Thank you. So over to the next session. I want to introduce a visionary leader who has who has um who has passion for tech empowerment and has continued to impact lives. Please continue the clap because the person I'm introducing is our daddy, Oga Patapata of them all, the Odogu of CodeCamp, the CEO and founder of CodeCamp and Codehouse, engineer Aniebet Udo. Please let's welcome him.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. Floor is yours.
Okay, welcome everyone to CodeCamp 6.0. I'm not going to say a lot because I think we have a lot. But I think I'm a bit surprised that we don't have more people in this call than this. So far, we have only 92 people. Okay, it's now 93 people. So let's hope that this is a network issue. So I can see a lot of new faces and I can see a lot of old people. It's good to have everyone here. Welcome back to all those who have been there all this while. This is the 6th edition of CodeCamp. And then welcome also to the new faces who are probably joining our CodeCamp community for the first time. So an interesting thing happened in CodeCamp last year. Typically, we usually have CodeCamp once a year. So CodeCamp 1.0 was in 2021. That's why in 2026, we have CodeCamp 6.0. So we have had 6 editions, but actually we've had 7 editions. And the reason why we have 7 editions in 6 years is because something special happened last year. For those of us who have been around tech, of course, it's not hidden. The whole world has been shouting AI, AI. And sometime in 2022, when a huge event happened in the AI, I don't want to call it AI sector, but in AI, right? Yes, AI has existed all this while. A lot of people have talked about it, but AI really became practical and touched every single human being when OpenAI released the first version of ChatGPT sometime in November 2022 or thereabouts. After that, the whole world got to hear about AI and everybody started talking about AI. So of course it was logical as far as CodeCamp is concerned that we will do the needful in order to bring AI to CodeCamp. So sometime last year, after we finished 5.0, in fact, while 5.0 was still on, there was a strategic, should I say, redirection, a strategic pivoting in Codehouse. And that pivoting was that Codehouse is becoming a tech company. And this is, sorry, not a tech company. We're already a tech company, but Koda is becoming an AI company, right? So and there's no need to explain, I think it's obvious to everyone that right now AI is, referred to as the electricity. It will become like electricity, in the future. It is something that everyone uses, everyone needs. It runs through every single aspect of technology, every single aspect of life. It becomes part of us, right? It becomes a tool that almost you cannot live without. That is what AI will become, or in fact has become. So as a company that is in tech, as a company that kind of almost prides itself as being the best in Nigeria or even in Africa, world class in tech, Code House would not be left behind. And obviously CodeCamp, because as a company that has skill set in tech, that's something a lot of people didn't know. Sorry, as a skill set in AI, right? I don't know why I keep saying tech when I want to refer to AI. But as a company that's had skill set in tech and then specifically in AI for so many years, but there's so much noise. Everybody's making so much noise um, about it, right? But very few people really know what it's about. Very people know what they should do, or how it works. So it has become paramount that we step out from the shadows and let everyone know, what AI is really about. So Codehouse has pivoted. Codehouse is officially now an AI company. We still do what we do. We still do our training and mentorship, which is what CodeCamp is about. We still do our research and development. We still do our software, right? But we now infuse it with AI. So because Codehouse is what it is, we have to build capacity in AI. A lot of people go around talking about AI, they don't really know anything about it, right? So we have to build capacity, and that is why we had a cohort in between. We broke the rule. We don't typically have two bootcamps in a year, but last year we did an extra one, and that is what we call CodeCamp 5X, which is CodeCamp 5 extended extension or version 5.x or whatever you want to call it, right? Now, I'm sure some of you here have gone through that cohort and your eyes have been opened to actually see. We actually did a closing ceremony last week. So you now see what AI looks like, and you know that it is far away from what you were thinking it is. So that's a new thing. So in Kodecamp 6.0, we now have introduced additionally 2 new tracks. In addition to the 3 new tracks we introduced last year. So we now have AI for, rather 3 new tracks. We have AI for developers, and that has both a beginners and intermediate level. And then we also have AI tools and applications, right? That also has a beginner's track. There's no intermediate for that one. Of course, the agentic AI, when you hear agentic AI is actually the intermediate version of the AI for developers. So, and then we have machine learning for. So machine learning, we'll talk more about all of those, right? But I don't want it to sound like we are kind of, the other tracks that we have already are not still key, right? They're still key, but I'm just telling everyone that we have added additional tracks and they are here to stay because machine learning and AI is here to stay. But we need to have Nigerians and Africans understand how these technologies work and how these tech stacks work, right? Because in the nearest future, they will be of high demand. So the basic skills that we are already having in the CodeCamp series before 6.0, the front end and back end development with Node.js, with fast API, Python, with React. Those are still very key skills that you have to learn as a beginner, right? And then the design skills as well, the design tracks, product design, right? Product management, software testing, C#.net, DevOps, right? These are all skills that matter, right? But what I want to say to everyone is that the way I would advise anyone, who comes to CodeCamp and is asking themselves, what should I do? If you want to be a developer, start by building up the basic skills with those ones I've mentioned, you know, JavaScript, Node.js, React, Python, Fast API, C#.net, right? Learn those basic skills to become a developer. Then afterwards, you learn AI for developers if you want to go in that track. So you now you become an expert in building software and infusing it intelligence. If you want to choose to be a product manager, good, or a software tester, you learn that. And then after that, you go and learn AI application and tools. Because then your skill now adds to the tooling that will improve your productivity. If you choose to be a product designer, yes, go ahead and do product design, UI, UX, beginners, intermediate. But after that, also go and learn AI application and tools. So in this way, then of course, if you want to be a machine learning engineer, an ML engineer, learn Python, fast API, so you know backend, learn data analysis so that you know how to deal with data, and then learn machine learning. These are what I would advise people. So if you take note of what I said, these are kind of separate career paths, but in every single one of them, at some point, you have to do some bit of AI. So now CodeCamp is complete. Even for DevOps, right? Same thing, right? CodeCamp now provides you with opportunities. And CodeCamp has this extra benefit that it is free. I always tell people, invite everyone you know to join CodeCamp. In fact, if you don't bring people into CodeCamp after you have tasted its goodness, you are not a good person. You're actually a wicked person. Bring as many people in to benefit from this, because Code House, our mission is to build an ecosystem that is filled with skilled people, trained and prepared to handle world-class problems and basically provide the digital workforce of the future. That's what CodeCamp is. And Code House mission is, and that's CodeCamp provides the vehicle for that mission. So if you don't leverage on that to bring as many people in as possible, then you are not doing yourself a favor, you're not doing them a favor. What I have to let everyone know is that there are so many opportunities that we don't have enough people to fill in these opportunities. People keep saying technology will take my jobs, AI will take my job. AI will not take. Well, let me put it this way. Yes, AI will take your jobs. The old jobs. And maybe at some point later on, I'm going to make a small presentation on this, right? If you are still doing low level menial, I now call them menial in quotes. In those days, there was what we call manual labor. You cut grass with a machete or a cutlass. And then we had the lawn mowers and all of these grass cutters. So if you are somebody that you are still using machete to cut grass and you have not yet learned the skill of using a lawn mower, then you have been replaced. In the same way, in this digital age, if all you learned is coding, or all you learned was design without thinking, without engineering, without understanding, you will be replaced by AI. It's a very simple, it's inevitable, right? So as long as your skill is behind what AI is capable of, AI will replace you, right? In fact, the disadvantage of some of you here is that AI has already replaced you even before you started learning the skill. So I'm going to address that later. But what you need to understand is that AI, just like every other thing, is a tool. So you learn how to leverage on that tool to boost your own capability. This is how you will, become better. This is how you will not be replaced. Your old job will be replaced, but you are transitioning to a new job, to new skills. You learn new things. So old jobs will actually get replaced, right? But there are new jobs that will come up that will need you. And the reason why some people may be asking me, okay, why are we still teaching people HTML, CSS, when there's AI already that can do those things? You still need those foundations. You still need those fundamentals, right? But the idea is not for you to stop there, because if you stop there, that is when AI will replace you. The idea is for you to understand those fundamentals and then step to the point where you become a software architect, a software engineer, a designer, I don't know if it's anything like a design architect, right? AI will become your tool for you to become better, right? If you're a product manager or you're coming in for product management, you learn there are things that AI will not be able to do. They are nuances, they are contexts that still will not be able to be placed into, no matter how many skills or prompts or whatever that you put in, that you as a human being will have. So you use the AI as your tool and you become better, your productivity becomes better as a result of that. So I foresee a time in the future when there is this thing we call a hype cycle, right? Right now, as far as AI is concerned, we are at the point of AI where they call the peak of unrealistic expectations, right? Right. So we are the hype peak. Everybody's basically hyping AI without really knowing what AI is capable of. There's only a few people who have expertise in that area that know what AI is. But they will get to a point when all of that will collapse into what we call the trial of disappointment, unmet expectations, or the valley. Sometimes I call it valley. And then after that, everybody will normalize and will now understand what AI is really capable of. And what I want to tell everyone in this call today is that when we get to that point, that's when we realize that all of those people that the big companies said they did not need this or that developer because AI has replaced them, they will call you back. But the other little insight I want to tell you is a lot of people think that layoffs are happening in the tech sector, people are getting sacked, is because AI has replaced them. No, it's not really the case. It's because those companies already had a lot of, should I call it fat, right? People that were not really necessary anymore. They're just using AI as an excuse to lay off those guys. And if you're one of those people that gets laid off, it's because you are not of any value to that company. It's not because of the skill that you had. So you need to pivot. You need to find yourself in a place where you will add value, right? And we're going to get to that point. Right now, I tell people there will come a time in the nearest future, in the next 1 or 2 years, there are going to be a lot of new skills, new job roles, new opportunities basically that will be woven around AI. But the foundational skills will still be there. And if you have those foundational skills, you're going to be better off. So um I think I've said a lot. I don't know if that was what I was asked to say, but I just felt I need to tell everyone, right? CodeCamp 6.0 has kicked off. It's not going to be easy. And I think we're going to have a lot of conversation around that. Putting your best. Typically, we find that when people join CodeCamp, not just 6.0, any bootcamp, we have a lot of people that come in initially, and then after stage one, everybody drops off. Half of the people go home or give up. I pray and hope that you are not going to be one of those that will give up. And I pray and hope, but this is not just a matter of prayer, right? Me, I'm praying. But for you, you have to work hard and you have to focus. And you have to, it's not going to be easy. You have all kinds of challenges, especially if you're in the kind of environment we are in. You have power challenges, you have network challenges, you have all kinds of challenges, right? You have to succeed in spite of these challenges. You have to succeed because of this challenge. You have to overcome those challenges. And I looking forward to seeing everyone here and more in the finals of 6.0. Thank you very much. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a powerful and inspiring message. Please let's appreciate him. Use the reactions, please. This is if you did not jot anything down, you're on a long thing. He just gave you free edit. Like this is free expo. This is free expo. Please appreciate him. Um, I would like to hand over to program manager Ikechukwu Achom, the one and only IKeys in CodeCamp and by extension Codehouse, to take us through the next session. If you've been in any of the previous CodeCamp bootcamps, you will know him as the Grit Master. So please, let's welcome him. Over to you, Ikechukwu.
Yeah, thank you very much, Uju. Yeah, thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. Okay, it's not really my time yet to talk, so I just want to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening. This is someone who, in fact, he was actually with us in 1.0. He was one of the team members who actually ensured that 1.0 actually was successful. At points, various times, I can count various times where it was overwhelming, right, for me to kind of put things together. But yeah, he was there amongst others, right? His name is Chilo. He's a brother. He's a friend. He's an amazing individual. He's one of us. He has always been one of us, even though he doesn't work for Codehouse anymore. But he's still one of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, I would love a round of applause for him as I bring up Mr. Chilo Wokolo for the keynote session. Mr. Chilo, over to you.
All right, hi everyone. Good evening, and good morning, good afternoon. I don't know where everybody's coming from. It's good to be back. Yeah, I feel so good being here after a long time. Just like, and yeah, I'll start by saying, just like Ike's said, when we started this, it was nuts, it was crazy. But now, this is 6.0. I don't know what to say, but all I can say is that the team that has been holding it up, big shout out to everyone. I would say that everybody should send the expressions, clap for the teams that have been holding CodeCamp since 2021. It's not easy. It's if you Engineer Niebet said that if you haven't told anyone about CodeCamp, that you're making a big mistake and you're doing yourself a disservice. Please tell people about CodeCamp. And I will say this because I am a victim of not having somewhere I can learn, a community where I can learn. I won't say a victim because I actually gained a lot from that. But I'll start my speech with that. How did I learn? How did I become an engineer? How did I become a software engineer? I started off when I finished NYSC. That was like 2017. And I wanted to learn programming. I've always been good with computers. I would say I've been assembling computers since I was 12. And I've always had the love for engineering, but I didn't really have the opportunity because some people that are fixing computer in the typical Nigerian setting are those people that will sell laptop to you, and then they come to your house and then they fix laptop, they fix your computer. If you go to their shop, you fix printer. So that was the idea a lot of people had, and then they said, "My friend, go and study electrical engineering or mechanical engineering." I eventually ended up studying mechanical engineering, and then I came out and I went back to software. Now, when I started learning software, which is one of the main benefits of CodeCamp, what I am trying to say now. When I started learning software, it was difficult because there was no community. Even if you saw, you had communities, but they were mostly in Lagos. I did not want to go to Aptech to learn because when I went to Aptech and I saw the guy that was meant to teach me the job that will make me have millions of naira, I looked at the guy that was like, bro, now you want to teach me the thing where I want you to make money. After looking at him, I left. I did not continue with Aptech. And no offense to the company, but that's actually the truth. So they have really good engineers. If you have someone there, they have like this training program that is really cool as well. I don't know if it's still running. But I had that experience and then I had to go back and then I thought about my life. I had to make plans. Some of the things I did was I started sourcing for materials. I downloaded books. I I got free courses from Udemy. There's a way you can get free courses from Udemy, which I don't talk about now because if you want to figure it out, go and figure it out on your own. I got free courses from Udemy and then I started learning. I sat down. Then we used to have data. MTN used to give you data. Like if you pay 150 naira at night, you can browse from 12 o'clock to 4 a.m. From 12 midnight to 4 a.m. It's 2 gig. So you pay 150 and then you get like 2 GB of data. And the course will be like 16 gig. And I'll download the course for like a week just so I can learn. Now, that was how I started learning. There was no CodeCamp. ALX came out how many years ago? There was no ALX. And when did old school come out? There was no old school. Most of these things that we have now, we are not there. Some of us, we suffered to get basic information. I keep giving one example because I wanted to learn JavaScript. Actually, I started with C++. Then from C++, I went to, what was the next language? I learned Python. And these were books. I downloaded books and I read books because they were easy to get. You can just download a book like 5 MB. I downloaded C++. I read the C++ book. I downloaded Python. I read the Python book and then I wrote the code. Then I started doing some research. And these are some of the things that I did that helped my career. One of the researches I did was what is the trending job in Nigeria? Because you need to first of all start from where you are. So I started looking for a trending job. They said that the trending job is web dev. Now, initially, I wanted to be a robotics guy. I wanted to, because I studied mechanical engineering and I love mechanics. I love the complications that come with machines. I went into, I left it and then I went into web development because I needed to get out of my father's house. So they will not kick me out one of those days or force me to start working in civil service. So that was how I went into web development. I got into web development. I downloaded books in JavaScript. Then I downloaded a Node.js book. I downloaded a Node.js course and a React.js course. React was really new then. I think React came out in 2015, publicly, 2015, 2016, if I can remember clearly. It was very new. So a lot of courses there were like, they were there, they were good. I mean, you could start, but it was not you don't have the type of courses you have now. That like the courses we had then we are not as good as the courses we have now. So I followed the courses. One typical example, because I did not have a lot of guidance, I did not have mentors. Right now we have mentors, we have people that can guide you online. Most of those things were not there, and this was like 10 years ago. So think about how fast technology has moved and what you have now. And think about what we had then. And this was just 10 years, 9 years ago. The world is moving really fast. One of the questions I always remember, one of the questions I asked a lot I asked Google a lot was, what is the difference between JavaScript and Node.js? If you've done either of these, you will understand how stupid that question is. But it was a question I sat down and I asked Google because I did not have guidance. I did not have anybody that would sit down and start teaching me, this is what this is and this is what this is. I was doing everything on my own. And Google being itself, I mean, nobody will build a product that will tell you that you're wrong. There's always an answer from anywhere. And it's also typical about AI. AI will always support you. AI will always tell you, this is good, this is good, this is good. Because if the product tells you that you're wrong, you will definitely move away because human beings like to be right. So it also plays on your ego. That's how AI works. So Google told me, Node.js and JavaScript, they are very different. They will always give you that information. And then you see a lot of backing. This is what Node.js does. This is what JavaScript does. But then you don't know that you're writing with Node.js, you're still writing JavaScript. Then there was no TypeScript, so it was JavaScript. And that was it. Those were some of the things that, let's say that we did not have what you have now. I did not have it. And I am sure a lot of people didn't. Some people that had some of those things, I was talking to a colleague yesterday, and he was like, hey, he's one of the people that started CC Hall in Lagos with Bosun Tijani, the Minister of Information. And I was like, bro, the guy is like a top-notch engineer, worked for Conga and all those things. And these guys had like communities around them. They all went to OAU, Ife. They had like this community where they built like within themselves. They built those communities. I was in Enugu, out of the community on my own, trying to figure out what the hell I'll do in my life, and then figure out what I'll do, how I'll do the programming. So being a part of this CodeCamp, the beginning, and seeing it and seeing where it is now, makes me really proud of the team. And I would say that everybody here has done a really good job. Engineer Niebert, big well done. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for what you've been doing for the tech community in Nigeria. A lot of people here have gone to, a lot of people here that we are part of CodeCamp are now doing bigger things than the people that started it can actually imagine. So right now you have this opportunity, use it really well. Now I'm going straight to, that's actually the history of how I started and some of the challenges I had. But now I'm going straight to how you can leverage the things you learn here in future. Now, the future is AI. Whether you like it or not, AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It is here to stay. But you can stand out. You can always be better. Now, some of the ways you can stand out is number one, leveraging the community around you. My first job, I got it from my uncle was building a startup community. Second job, I met someone in church community. Third job, my my mother's daughter-in-law introduced me. That was when I started working in Code House. That's the third job, community. Fourth job, how did I get into that company again? How did I get into now? I applied. Okay, yeah, that was application. I applied and somehow I got the job. I was lucky because it was a fellowship. Then from the fellowship, I became a part of the company. Still community in a way. Then from there, I got a recruiter referred me to my next job. A recruiter. Still, because the company already, when you have a recruiter referring you to a company, the company that hired the recruiter already thinks that this guy has done their due diligence and this person that they are bringing is top notch. Actually, I was actually top notch. I'm not trying to say I was not top notch, but the recruiter helped. My presence on LinkedIn also helped the recruiter to have confidence in me and then push me for the role. Community. Then the second to last one, was also from referral. Where I worked before, my boss left and then came and dragged me from there to the next company, still community. So these things, you need to, as much as possible, understand the role, the people you meet, especially in places like CodeCamp, ALX, um, anywhere. The people you meet in these programs, they can be a major part of your career growth. They can be a major part of your career, of your next few steps. But when that is happening, you need to also know that if you don't know what you're doing, if you're one of the skills that stand out now, especially in the age of AI, the skills that stand out now is adaptability and resilience. You have to be willing to adapt and you have to be resilient. Aikis is the grit master. He will tell you anything that is about grit, he will clear you and he will tell you. That is it. It is the reality. You will think, this one are just motivational speech. Oh." It is not motivational speech. It is the reality. And the both of them requires something that high performers need, and that is emotional intelligence. When you have emotional intelligence, when you're emotionally intelligent, you can adapt. And then you have resilience. You can sit down and study something for hours and try to break it down and try to understand it. That is emotional intelligence. Now, when you understand it, being able to explain it to others, being able to execute what you have, that is still part of emotional intelligence. Because what this skill helps you to do is it helps you to manage your emotions and know how you can manage other people's emotions. Now, like Engineer Niebet said, AI is coming to take over, but there are things that it cannot control. That is where you, who has built their emotional intelligence skill, comes in. You will now come and stand out and do things the way that will make other people say, this guy is good. I want to work with this guy. I want to continue working with this guy. This guy is irreplaceable. This guy, anywhere I go, I want to carry this person along. When you have number one, emotional intelligence, and then your skills, you're adaptable, and then you're resilient. These skills will help you in your next job. These skills will help you pass through code camp. You will not pass through code camp if you're not resilient. You go drop. A lot of like Engineer said, a lot of people drop in the first few stages. It is normal. And one thing, because before I started this topic, I just reached out to a couple of people and told them, what do I tell people? And because it's been long, I had a talk like this. I've been living in my shell. I've been writing a lot of code, building a lot of things, shipping a lot of things. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, so I've been writing a lot of things, shipping a lot of things, and I've stayed away from a lot of reality. One thing they said is, Chilo, tell them the truth. The tech world is not easy. It is not easy. It is not a bed of roses. And even if it is a bed of roses, roses have thorns. The thorn go choke you. And you go they embrace and you go they see as the thing is sweet. You go they choke you. So it's a bed of roses with thorns, but you go collect. So it's important that you know that it will not be easy. You go out of your way a lot of times. There is nothing like, they shall take this assignment like that. People who look at your assignments and they know that it is an anyhow assignment, they just know it and they just sit and they just know that it's an anyhow assignment and they will give you an anyhow mark. Your submission is anyhow, your mark will be anyhow. That is the truth because we know these things. Recently, there was a job opening and I sent it. And as much as possible, you need to pay attention to the details of every single thing you're doing. The industry is moving really fast. Right now, your competition is no longer global individuals. You're competing against individuals, you're competing against AI agents built inside data centers with billions of dollars. Your school fees no reach billions of dollars. So your competition is big. Your competition is wide. You have to stand out, whether you like it or yes. We don't have a choice. So the goal, your goal should be in CodeCamp, number one, to learn. Two, to build community. Three, learn how to stand out. 4, learn how to pay attention to the details. Attention to details is everything. If yeah, a couple of days ago, a job opening came out at one company in Lagos, and I sent the thing to someone who has been disturbing me that they want to, if I see any opportunity, I should send to them. So I sent it, and he sent his CV to the company. Then he sent the CV back to me and said, yeah, I've sent it to, this is the CV. And I immediately opened the CV. I was like, ah, God, guy, you don't make mistake. Shit. And I sent him, have you sent this thing? He said, yes, he has sent it. I said, ah, you made a mistake. So you generate the CV was obviously AI generated, and you can actually see when AI generates something for you, you see like square brackets, enter your LinkedIn link here. It was in the CV he sent to the company. That one is automatic denial. And at that point, I was like, thank God I did not tell the HR that this person is actually coming for this thing, because the HR go they look my recommendation less. Like the HR no go rate my recommendation again. And actually, please, if someone refers you, try your best to get the job because it affects the person's reputation in future. So anything you're doing for anybody that refers you, make sure that it is getting the job. So that particular act is, I already told the guy this is the mistake. And I told him, oh yeah, let us start. Start working on your CV and then I'll review it for you. And these are the little mistakes that we make, that recruiters look at your CV and they're like, this person cannot pay attention to alignment of your CV. If you cannot pay attention to the alignment of your CV, how can you pay attention to more important things? They say that when you start searching for a job, it's actually part of the job. When you are applying for a job, it's also part of the job. If you cannot pay attention to the little things when you start, how will you pay attention to it when you're there? I don't know if I am out of time. I think I've talked for too long. Please, how long? How many more minutes do I have? So I think I can start cutting things short. But
Yeah, you can start rounding up.
yes, thank you. Sorry. So now, Engineer Beth said something. The we have new skills coming up. So one of the company I work for, there are new skills we've seen come up. So we have something like AI product managers. The product managers that understand AI, they understand what you can do with AI, they understand some of the things that can play around with AI that your conventional product manager does not know. They understand the LLMs, they understand the models, they understand the rules around models, and then building models, building AI, and shipping AI products for companies in different parts of the world, and the restrictions and the limitations. That job did not exist 2 years ago, but we have it now. We also have forward deployed engineers. So companies now, AI companies now, let us look at ChatGPT and Claude. They give you generic answers. But if you want to get specific answers with data that you have provided to those things, they hallucinate a lot. Companies are now building solutions that will make sure that that AI gives you accurate data. You have forward deployed engineers. Software engineering roles are not going out, but you need more advanced engineers who have these skills that I talked about. They are emotionally intelligent, they are adaptable, they are resilient. For you to get these things, for you to get these skills, and funny enough, I had this conversation with a couple of colleagues yesterday. You have to read books. You have to study. You need to sit down. This is not what AI cannot do some things for you. AI cannot sit in a meeting with you and be giving you fast answers on how to sell your product or how to position your product very well. AI cannot sit with you and tell you this is how you can make this user experience look really good for the designers. AI can spit out really good design, but the UX parts, you still need to carry it out. You still need to understand the user experience of what you're designing. Now, designs are going to get more complex. Software products are going to get more agentic. You are now going to, people here in CodeCamp should target to be the drivers of this change. While Engineer Benebek was talking, I was like, but if companies here in Nigeria are using AI, they'll be paying a lot of money in dollars. Like they'll be paying a shitload of money. Sorry, mind my language. Sorry for my English, but they'll be paying a lot of money for for these things. Imagine how much Claude, the max version of a Claude is $100. And that is for individual. Now, companies processing AI and all of those things, if you're using AI, you'll be paying companies will be paying close to $10,000 in Nigeria. And some companies are paying that. A lot of companies have seen like how much they are spending on technology, and some companies are paying a lot of money for tech. But you now add AI to that. We need our own LLM in Nigeria that can actually help reduce, when you're able to get that in Africa, that will help reduce the cost of tokens. Just like the Chinese, what's the name of this Chinese LLM? I've forgotten. It's not Coin. The one that came after ChatGPT that looks a lot like ChatGPT. I've forgotten the name. Yeah, so they did it for the Chinese market because they need cheaper technology. They need it. China, obviously, it's cheap, but it also gives you almost the same data that the ChatGPT gives you. And I was like, we need this thing because we still need to build for the Nigerian market. We need to build for the African market. People from this Codecamp can actually take that up. It's a big project. You need money, you need funds, but there are people that are willing to sponsor you. But these are the opportunities that can come out, and mostly it's GPUs. AI is mostly GPUs, having a server. And the more GPUs you have, the better training data you can actually get, and then the better information you can get and the better results you can spit out. So I have said a lot. And all I can say is in Codecamp, learn how to adapt, learn how to be resilient, and build your emotional intelligence. It will help you stand out in Codecamp, and it will help you stand out for the rest of your career. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, please, a round of applause for Mr. Chilo. Yeah, thank you so much for that deep insights. I think I for one has see there are people. I'll just try to reiterate what he said because it's very important. Community, right? You need to be able to have the right people in your circle. Chilo worked with me. He worked with us in Code House. While he was speaking about community, I remember this a scenario where I was having this bug on an app I was working on, and I couldn't just walk around it's not really a bug per se, but I was kind of struggling with an approach to use and all that. And then I just went to him and I was just trying to talk about it. He just sat down looking at me. I talking about the problem. Before you know it, I got the solution and I went away. Right? Just sitting down to have somebody that can listen. Right? So sometimes, if not sometimes, you need to have somebody. You need to have people by your side, but the right ones. So CodeCamp is one opportunity for you to Chilo, you're laughing. Don't worry, we'll meet later. I remind ourselves of those moments. It was really. I just thought about it and I couldn't help but laugh. Those were amazing times. Thank you so much for making out the time to show up and to speak to the learners. We hope to see more of you in this 6.0. Don't worry, I'll talk to you about that later. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to run to the next thing we have on our agenda, right? And then we will get to, yep, just a second. Okay, so let's talk about the Codecamp 6.0 proper. Now, at this point, I would really love for you to pay close attention because what you will be hearing, it will determine if everything that has been said by Engineer Niebiet and, of course, Mr. Chilo, if you will actually succeed, if you don't get these things that I'm about to say, because if you do not understand how CodeCamp works, right, you will struggle, and struggle is inevitable, right? So, but the thing is, one of the things that helps you with resilience is when you have an understanding of where you're going, right? So, if, for example, you are so thirsty, you've been thirsty for a full 24 hours, and for some reason you could sight water, even if it is a mile ahead, just because you can sight it, it's an extra level of strength, right? But if you do not even see water at all, when they say light at the end of the tunnel, it's not really much about the light, but it's also about the strength that it gives you because there is hope. So please let's pay attention as we talk about the bootcamp overview. So if you have questions, just take note of them, right? Write them down. We have a Q&A session and I will attend to every question that you have, right? So first off, I will start with introducing the team, right? KodeCamp is KodeCamp has what we call them back then in 2.0 heroes. Now, the reason we use that word is because I said this a lot to the trainers that look, we cannot pay you actually, right? In fact, what we would rather call payments, we call it stipends, because what they give out, what they choose to sacrifice to ensure that learners actually gain these benefits, right, is not something we can match up to, right? So we call them heroes because they are doing the difficult work. They are doing the hard job. And trust me, when you come into CodeCamp, right, when we start, you will see it. Some of the persons I will be calling are people who started out as students, but now they have come up to become trainers. So they are also seeing the sacrifice. They are paying it also. And they now appreciate when their own trainer was actually doing that. So let's just run into it pretty quickly. And of course, I will start by introducing the very first. Of course, I can't even go ahead without talking about him. You have heard from him already. None other than Engineer Nyebet Udo. He's the founder of Code House. Please, a round of applause. Yes, yes. There is no Code Camp without Engineer Nyebet, and that is a fact. There is no Code Camp. I wish I could divulge some certain information. I wish, but I'm bound by NDA as to what he has done, the strings he has pulled to be able to keep 6.0 till this point, right? Especially from a financial capacity. You know that CodeCamp is free since 2021. And trust me, everything we have done to sustain CodeCamp for any cohort is in 6 digits. Yes, I don't need to call the number, but that's because one man said, I value impact more than money. I value impact. We value the building the skill economy, and that is who Engineer Nyebet Udo is. And fortunately, also, he's also going to be the trainer for the machine learning track and the AI for developers beginner track. So for those of you who are going to be in those tracks, I wish you the best. Honestly, I wish you the best. Trust me, you're in the best of hands possible. So please, one more time, a round of applause for Engineer Nyebet Udo, the founder of Code House and the machine learning and AI for developer beginner track. Then, of course, we have our Oga Kwata Kwata also. Yes, I have grit, no problem. But see, I'm not sure I can have grit if not for this young man. His own is a different level. His own grit has a touch of violence inside. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Engineer Lawrence Akugbe, the managing director of Code House. See, I am lost for words, right? This is somebody that whether you like it or not, it will work. Whether you want to do it or not, you will do it. You cry from now till tomorrow, you shout from now till tomorrow, he does not care. His focus is the goal. And this is what we actually need in times where there is a lot of laxity in the world. In time, especially in this part of the world where everything wants to be done anyhow and people want to just get there quickly, following all the mago way and all that. In fact, if trust me, if it was not for him, also we wouldn't still have CodeCamp, and that is the fact of it. I remember in 1.0, he made us have meetings, guys. We're having meetings every day, 9 p.m. for 3 months. In fact, we got to the 4th month. When I say every day, I mean every day. Team meetings, 9 p.m. You don't have a choice. You will join. That is the kind of person. He is resilient, he is goal driven, and he is a major part of the reason why CodeCamp is still running and will still be run. So please, one more time, a round of applause to Engineer Lawrence Akubwe. He will be joining us soon. He's on an assignment. I think I'll just leave it at that. Okay, and the next person on my list is none other than Engineer Anthony Okoro. He's the lead AI and ML engineer here at Code House. In my own way, I used to call him the Lord of Remote Work. Yeah, that is, and he's also the trainer for the AI for Developers Intermediate track, which is the agentic AI. So, Engineer Anthony Okoro, can you please just say hi to everyone? Okay, I think he probably is not with us at the moment, so we will get back to him while we run quickly. Okay, so next, well, it's me. Well, my name is Ikechukwu Achom, as you all know, and by privilege, I am the program manager of Codecamp and also the trainer for the Flutter Intermediate track. So I'm going to leave it at that. I am done with my introduction. Thank you very much. So to the next introduction is none other than the assistant, the assistant program manager, Mrs. Imoleayo Bisiolu. Yes, she has been with us for quite some time. Yes, she started with us as a learner, and now she is the assistant program manager of Codecamp. So please, can we give a round of applause? Imole, can you just say hi to everyone?
Hi, everyone. I'll just say that I'm a testament that CodeCamp works. I began my tech career with CodeCamp, and here am I. You know, I can't, if I start saying all my qualification, we'll not leave here today, but that's thanks to Code House and CodeCamp. So please put in your best and get all you need from the squad. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Yeah, and good to have you as part of the team. Okay, so up next is someone who is making her debut. Yeah, I like to actually use that statement. Yeah, this is her first time being part of the team proper, right? Please, ladies and gentlemen, this is Divine Phillips. She is the UI UX beginner trainer, and she was also part of the Codecamp, take Codecamp 4.0, went through the internship, and now she is back to contribute and to give back to Codecamp as a trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's give a round of applause to Miss Divine Phillips. Can you say a few words? Okay, so I think I'll run through the introductions. So for some of the persons, I think we'll just get them to say a few words much later. Someone said Coca has fine people. Please focus, please. Okay, so let's run. Yes, we have the UI UX intermediate trainer in the person of Mr. Benjamin Umor. He has been with us for about 3 cohorts now. He was also a learner. Now he's a trainer. He trained in the last cohort. Let's give a round of applause. Benjamin, if you're there, please just say hi to the team.
All right. Good evening, everyone. So it's nice to be here, and hopefully the trainings I'll be taking on. I hope you guys are ready and also feel to take this joining with us. I'm excited to start.
Hello, good evening. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay, so Benjamin, go ahead. Divine, please hold on. Thank you. Benjamin, go ahead.
Okay, so once again, I said I'm excited to take this joining with my trainees. So I hope that we are prepared to take this joining because it's going to be a good one and we'll also enjoy it. That is for sure. So hopefully we are also ready to take the class and also ready to take this part. All right, so that'll be all for me. I don't say much, so we'll meet in class. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you very much. He doesn't say much, but he said a bit much though. Thank you very much, Benjamin. Good to have you back once again in 6.0. Okay, so then of course up next is David Ohimai. Yes, he is also a beneficiary of Codecamp. Came in as a learner. Now he's a trainer. He trained in 5.0 rather to be specific, and he has also transitioned to not just being a trainer but also being working with Code House. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, David Ohimai. David.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ikes. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm actually excited to be here. Mr. Ikes has actually said everything. So I'm your field trainer, Flutter trainer for beginners. Yes, and my approach to training is simple, right? So I believe learning should be engaging, practical, and applicable to one's everyday work and life. All right. So my goal in this uh, training, Kodecamp 6.0, is not just to share knowledge, right? But to also create experience where every candidate, yes, lives confident, right? Yes, more capable as a developer. Yes. So that's it from me. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Idris. See you at Kodecamp 6.0.
Okay, thank you very much, David. Thank you so much. Good to have you join us again. Okay, so we have a new face. Yes, this is also someone making his debut. We have not had data analysis right in Codecamp, but we introduced it in this cohort, and we have Chidozie Iyama, who is the data analysis trainer. Yes, he's someone who I've worked with and someone who is very, very much capable of delivering. So, ladies and gentlemen, Chidozie, Dozie, are you with us?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Just like you've introduced me, I'm Che Doziem, and welcome everyone to Codecamp 6.0. So I know data analysis has become a buzzword. Everybody just, saying data analysis, and all that. And a lot of people think by the time you know how to use Excel, Power BI, and SQL, and some other tools, you'll become a data analyst. But here we'll be going beyond that. We'll be going beyond the surface level and diving deep on the thinking process and the critical thinking of what it actually means to be a data analyst, not just, knowing how to use it. So of course, we'll be learning the tools from, from the ground up, but we'll concentrate a great deal on how data analysts think. So please come prepared, come with your thinking cap, come with your tools, because it's going to be a very good experience by the special grace of God. So yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you all. See you in class.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Chidozie. That's a very interesting statement. Yeah, I can see one of your students is excited already to hear your voice. Okay, thank you so much for joining the team. We hope to work more with you. Welcome once again. Okay, we have Mr. Akim Bobola Akinyon. He's the front end trainer. This guy is a thorn in my flesh. But he's a fun guy to be with. He has been with us for quite some time, always coming back to train, to give back to the CodeCamp community. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's give a round of applause to Akim Bobola. Akim Bobola, let's say hi to the team.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Kindly confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
W is in the chat front end, guys. That's the new slogan for this code 6. Ike you won't be tired of hearing that word. W is in the chat front end. So, guys,
Yes.
just be prepared. It's going to be a fun ride. I was once like you 6 years ago, but here am I. be also giving back as a trainer. I can't say too much, but just get ready for fun. Though the journey is far ahead, but regardless, you just have to get your grit ahead of time. And as the previous speakers have said, my boss, Chilo, Ikes, and Engineer Nibiet, just get ready for it. So thank you very much, guys. See you in the class. W's for the front end, guys.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Akimbola. Okay, so let's move on. We have, yes, David Edu. Yes, this is the trainer for the React track. Still with us, still coming back to give back to the community. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome David Edu. David, over to you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And I'm happy to be back again. I think this is the third cohort I'm training, and it has been really exciting and actually very, very exposing for me. So I've been able to learn a lot while teaching you guys. So I'm happy to continue, and I hope to deliver my best as always. All right. Thank you. See you guys in class.
Okay, thank you very much. I refuse to see what is going on in the chat. I refuse to look at it. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so we have Mr. Savior Bassi. Savior Bassi is the trainer for the Python Fast API. Yeah, so for the back end guys, yes, this is your trainer. I don't think he's on the call at the moment. Yes, but I'm sure he will join and then we will hear from him. So let's run quickly. Then, of course, we have Mr. Victor Ukok, who is the trainer for the Node.js track. Yes, so he has also still been with us for quite some time, still coming back. So to the Node.js learners, yeah, this is your trainer. Yes, fine man. Yes, Codecamp has fine guys. Yes, that's the truth. Yes, but just concentrate on why you're here. Don't be distracted. Okay, so let's move on. Then, of course, we have Mr. Gideon. Mr. Gideon is the trainer for the backend C Sharp. Yes, the backend C Sharp track. I think this is his second time joining us in Codecamp. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Mr. Gideon. Gideon, over to you.
Hi guys, good evening everyone. So my name is Gideon and I'll be taking you guys on C Sharp. Yeah. So I just want to encourage you guys to stay consistent, right? So there are 4 things that is going to help you even as you start your journey in Codecamp, which is very, very important. First one is keep showing up. Whatever you learn, post it online. Then practice, keep practicing, ask questions and don't feel intimidated, because I know I remember when I started my journey in tech and I was in the midst of people who knew it. So I felt intimidated. So please don't feel intimidated. So thank you guys and have a wonderful day. Yeah, right.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Gideon. Good to have you join us once again. And then, of course, we have Ms. Taiwo Boluwatife. Yeah, she is the trainer for the software testing track. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Ms. Taiwo. Ms. Taiwo.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is
Yes,
Taiwola
good evening.
Sife, and I'm the trainer for software testing. I'll be expecting us to come prepared and come ready, and see you all in class. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Taiwo. So let's move on. We have Miss Hilda Joseph. She is the trainer for the product management track. Yes, this is her second time with us, and she is still coming. She's back here. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Hilda.
Hi everyone, good evening. Please confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Okay, I'm excited to be back. I am excited about what we achieved last year, and I'm looking forward to achieving more this year with us. So I'll see you in class, guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Hilda. Thank you so much. So let's run. Then, of course, for the DevOps learners, yes. So here is your fine trainer. His name is Mr. Ezekiel Umesi. So he's going to be your trainer for the DevOps track. I don't think he's on the call at the moment. I know I saw him earlier.
I am.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
on the call.
okay. Yes,
Hello,
go ahead.
everyone. Good evening. Yeah, I said hello, everyone. Good evening. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So, welcome everyone to Codecamp 6.0. I can't promise you that it's going to be a smooth ride because, but what I can promise is that we would enjoy the journey together. One thing is clear. One thing I usually talk about when I'm doing my training is that um everybody's on the same slate. It's a clean blank slate. So we are all learning together, we're all moving together. Drop whatever you feel like you know at the front door, and all of us will get into the vehicle and ride together to the promised land. So yeah, see you in class. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you at the promised land also. Okay, so let's move. The next person we have on our list is Miss. Okay, yes, Miss Ijoma Obialo. She is the mentor for the UI UX beginner track. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Miss Ijoma.
Oh, hi everyone. Good evening. I welcome us all to Kodecamp 6.0. So just let me give a background story. I don't like talking too much, but I have to say this. When we started planning Kodecamp, I decided to share the poster on my WhatsApp status. A friend of mine reached out to me and she wanted to do a video call because she was shocked that a free training was going on. You understand? She said, but like, where do you find these things free? You get People are shocked that Codecamp is still free. And this is the only platform that gives you the opportunity to learn tech free of charge in this modern time, right? So free things for granted, but what with us that as we begin this course, let's try to take it serious. Follow up with your task, ask questions. We're always open to answer. Codecamp gives you trainers, also gives you mentors to support you. So welcome once again, and we look forward to seeing you in class and helping you out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mrs. Ijoma. Thank you so much. And then last but not the least, joining the team, yes, is Mr. Thank God Obobo. So he's going to be the mentor for the DevOps. I think I saw him, but if he is not on the call, I'm sure when he joins, he'll say a few words. So that's just about it for the team, right? So I want to say thanks to everyone, especially to the team members for those who are returning, for those who their first time, right? A big thank you and a big shout out to everyone. Okay, so let's go straight into the next thing now. This is where I want you guys to pay very much attention as we talk about Codecamp, right? Codecamp 6.0. I know for some of you, this is your first time, right? So you kind of want to know, how does Codecamp actually run? Okay, so how are we going to get things done and all that? And you need to have this information to be able to succeed. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. First of all, I'm going to run you through the roadmap so you have an understanding of timelines, because timelines are very, very important. Now, of course, if there is going to be any change to the timeline, it will be properly communicated to everyone. But at the moment, this is the current roadmap. So, of course, if you're on this call, I want to believe that you have registered. If you have not, of course, you can just go to lms.code.camp, or you just go to code.camp and then you can sign up for KodeCamp 6.0. So registration is on, right? From now till classes actually kick off. Okay, so please let's do well to reach out to our friends, those in our communities, get them to register for CodeCamp. It's a free training. It's a free training, and if most of the things you have heard has actually been beneficial to you so far, I'm sure you wouldn't want to keep it to yourself. So let's do well to actually reach out to friends, communities, the various groups you are. Just drop it. Just that's the best you can do. Of course, in the end, you cannot force anyone, but at least just drop the link on any group that you know you're free to, and it's okay to, and tell them about CodeCamp. So from the 13th of April down to the 24th, which is next week and upper week, we'll have an onboarding session and office hours. Now it's going to be specifically office hours, but it will be merged, and I will talk about office hours when we get to that point. But I'm just going to run through. And our intermediate test, I'll talk about that too. So this is kind of like the timeline for these three things: onboarding, office hours, and intermediate test. I'll talk about what it is. Then, of course, from April 27th, lectures will actually start. We will still have office hours, right? I think for that week, just for that week. And if we see that there is a need for it, we will also introduce it. Then from April 27, like I said, down to June, right? So we have classes May, June, also in July. But of course, from June, July, we're already preparing you for the project phase. And then in August, we'll also have the project phase proper and the closing ceremony. So CodeCamp 6.0 rounds up in August. CodeCamp 6.0 rounds up in August. You're in for a long ride. Yes, you're in for a long, gritty ride. Yes. So I hope you're ready for it. I hope you're psyched up for it. So that's basically that. Now I'm going to just talk about the structure. So please, you can take notes. It's very important that you do take notes. And if you have questions, just jot them down during the Q&A session. I will attend to every single question that you have. Now, so here is the workflow for CodeCamp 6.0. Now, first of all, of course, you sign up to the platform, which I want to believe that everyone on this call have signed up. If you have not, like I said, just please go back and do that. And thank you to, I don't really know how to pronounce ISI, if it's Isi or Ishi, but thank you for for posting on your WhatsApp status. Thank you so much. So the minute you sign up, right, you are taken to what we call the learning management system. Now, the learning management system, that is what's going to be used for your whole learning process. That is where your tasks will be dropped and all of that. We will have a separate session for that from Monday. Okay, but for the opening ceremony, we're not going to go so deep into some of these nitty-gritties because it will take a lot of time. So the LMS is our means of, that is where the training happens. That is where the lectures, that's where your tasks and everything that has to do with your learning is on the learning management system. But we also have the Discord, which is very, very important for communication. We do not communicate on LMS. LMS, you jump on it, you see your tasks, you see the classes and all of that. You submit your assignment and all that. But communication is on Discord, whether you have a challenge or meeting with your peers. Remember, we talked about the importance of community. So it is on the Discord that you're able to connect with one another. So if you are not on the Discord yet, please ensure that you join the Discord. It is very, very important. If you have challenges, we will handle every challenge that has to do with your LMS or Discord or whatever from Monday. I'll talk about that during the when I'm talking about the office hours. Now, let's now talk about CodeCamp. You have signed up. You have joined the Discord or probably the LMS. What then happens? Now, this is how CodeCamp works. So for 3 months, you will be you'll be having classes for 3 months, twice a week, and each class is just about 2 hours, right? I know that the timetable has actually been shared on the Discord channel. We'll probably just be shared again for those who are just joining and probably haven't seen it. So there will be 3 months of intensive learning. Now, classes hold on Zoom. Okay, please take notes. Classes hold on Zoom, of course, on your channel on Discord. Every of the class link is going to actually be available to you, so you don't have to always look for it. But of course, you should, once you have it the very first time, it is advisable you just keep it somewhere that you can easily access it. So classes hold on Zoom and for 3 months. Please ensure that you are careful not to unmute your mic. Okay. Thank you so much. If you have a question, raise your hand, but I will not attend to questions now until we get to Q&A. Okay. So thank you very much for that. Now, the 4th month is for what we call the project phase, right? The capstone project phase. Now, how do you get there? Is it everybody that will get to the capstone project phase? The answer is no. Now, Kodecamp rather runs its bootcamp in stages. Now, if you look at your LMS, you see you are actually automatically in stage 0. Everyone who signs up, you are automatically in stage 0. Okay, Kodecamp runs in stages. So we have stage 0 down to the final stage, which is stage 8. Now, it is only those who get to stage 8 at the right time. Yes, time is a major factor in Kodecamp. So, for example, you don't think that whenever you submit an assignment, it is okay. No, and I will tell you why. So, like I said, we run in stages. For you to go to the next stage, you have to pass the assignment or the task that was given to you in your current stage. For example, immediately after the opening ceremony, by Monday, you will see a task on your LMS for everybody that is in stage 0. Everybody, you see a task on your LMS. Now, it is only those who do that task and pass that will move to stage 1. And you need to understand that you will not see the task of the next stage until you get there. You can't even submit it. So if you think probably, okay, I'm going to buy time, don't already get to stage, I'll just do the 3 of them and submit. No, it does not work that way in Kodecamp. This is a supervised learning, not unsupervised. It's not Udemy, where you just videos are there for you to watch. You come back in the next 3 years. No. Hello, can you guys hear me? Someone can't hear me. Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, sorry about that. What did you hear last, please? Please, I will backtrack. I'll go back. Can someone just drop it on the chat or
Udemy.
Yeah?
That it's not like Udemy. Kodecamp is not like Udemy.
Oh, okay.
That you can come back 3.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'll just backtrack to that. Okay, so I was saying that Kodecamp is a supervised learning.
Okay, it's not like Udemy that is, unsupervised. So you buy a course and you can take it, you can spend 1 year, 2 years, it's your business. No, there's time. In Codecamp, we have just 4 months. So we need to ensure that everything we do, right, is timely. So there is a prerequisite to go to the next stage. I think that's where I was before I discovered that you guys couldn't hear me. So every task has a cutoff mark. So if let's assume the cutoff mark is 75 for a particular stage, you're currently in stage 0, you will see a task by Monday for everybody. If you do not get up to 75, you are not eligible for promotion. So you will not move to stage 1. So on your dashboard, you probably see not promoted. So you don't need to start shouting. It just means you did not get to the cutoff mark. Of course, there will be communications on the channel, right, from your mentor, your trainer, and all that. But just to let you know, okay. But if you get the cutoff mark and above, then you are eligible for promotion. That takes you to the next stage, and then you can see the next task that is there. So tasks are being dropped sometimes just weekly. In fact, the very first 3 weeks, you probably have tasks back to back, right? And then from there on, there will be like skipping of a week before you see the next task, right? So it's very important that you understand that this is not just show up anytime and catch up. You may not catch up, yes. You may not catch up. So it's not just show up. Oh, I can stay 3 months, 3 weeks, and then I show up, and then you want to start rushing everybody. Oh, please let me help you ahead of time. In Codecamp, I, for one, I'm not moved by excuses. I'm not moved by reasons, right? As much as I may be able to empathize, I cannot bend the process. I can't change the process. As much as I may be able to empathize with whatever reason you come up with, which may be false or may be true. So to avoid it, do all you can to ensure that you are doing what is expected, and you don't have to come to a trainer or come to me or come to Imole to start, looking for empathy. Just try to avoid it. Avoid empathy. Why? You may not get it, because we are not here for how you feel. We are here for what you need to get. Okay, so take note of that. I've talked about stages, and at the same time, I've talked about tasks and promotions and what qualifies you to be promoted. Now, let me fast forward to the what's it called? The final stage, which is stage 8. Now, if you are in stage 7, this is why timing is important. If you are in stage 7, the last stage is stage 8, so a task is going to be dropped for you. If a deadline is given, not if rather, a deadline will be given. So I'm going to give you a practical scenario. I am a student, I'm in stage 7. Today is Friday, and a task was dropped today, for example, and the deadline to submit is on Tuesday. On Tuesday, good, for that stage 8, right, which is the final stage. And that stage is what qualifies you to be part of the project phase, the capstone project phase. So if I submit on or before Tuesday, the time, if I submit on or before, I am eligible. First, if eligible for promotion, eligible. I don't mean you have been promoted, eligible, because you have to pass. So I want to first of all take out the scenario of someone who submitted before the deadline but did not get the cutoff. You are not going to get to the final stage, and we will not regrade you. Now, from stage 1 to getting to stage 7, if you make a mistake, we'll reach out to you, we'll give you feedback. Okay, make this correction, we'll grade you again. We might grade you 3 times, we might grade you 4 times, but for stage 7, we will grade you only once, because we want to ensure that those who qualify, who we will give a certificate of completion or participation, we want to be sure that these guys, I usually say this in most of the cohorts, that in Codecamp you will learn what they usually say in university, in character and in learning. You will see it in Codecamp. Yes, you see it in Codecamp. So in stage 7, you only be graded once. So if after the first grading, that first and only time, you did not make the cutoff mark, I am sorry. You will not be part of the project phase. Or let me rather the capstone project phase. I introduced something in the 5.0, which is the individual capstone project phase. Now, that one is like, for some of you who probably know Coursera, right? Where if you're done, or maybe some of these trading platforms, you're done, there's just a capstone project. You just do it yourself, submit and all that. But you will not be part of the capstone project phase, which involves a group of persons. That is the one that we identify. That is, those persons are the persons that are also eligible for internship. Those are the persons. Okay, so take note of these things. Now, so if you do not submit before Tuesday, now there's no need. There's no need. Just like I always say, just if you don't want to do tech again, you can just start a POS business and you're fine. We will support you, right? I'll withdraw from you whenever I see you. Okay, so you can just go and open shop. Okay, that because you did not even meet it. And please, we won't take excuses. So ensure that and why we do these things is because we want to train everyone to give their best first. Put your best foot forward when submitting. I know we're in a time of AI and ChatGPT and all that. Let me tell you something. You tell us how you got your answer. Let me even give you a heads up. For example, especially designers. A lot of times when I review designs on their board, I will ask them, why did you put this here? For somebody who probably went to just pick things, they can't explain it. Some of them will just remove it. And I did not ask because I wanted you to remove it. I just wanted to know your thought process. Why am I saying this? It is important that as much as you're leveraging on AI, please know these things. Know this. I know you can go to ChatGPT and you just paste the question there and it will generate the answer. And then you bring it. We may know and decide to move on, or we may not know, and we give you 90 and you're doing yay, and then you probably even graduate yay, or amazing. By mistake, you enter internship and then we will see that you are a failure. Yes, because it will show. It will actually show. You see, there's no boycotting these things. There is no boycotting it. In fact, your eye will clear when you probably actually meet a company who wants to recruit you and they sit you down for an interview and ask you questions and ChatGPT is not with you. Then your eye will clear that as much as AI is there, you first of all need to have an understanding of what you are doing. AI can actually help to speed things up, but it should not replace your brain. Okay, so let's take note of that. Now, also for certification, please note this, just because you came to Codecamp does not mean you will get a certificate at the end. Certification is given to those who, first of all, one of the things that qualifies you to be certified is that you made it to stage 8. But making it to stage 8 makes you eligible. What it means is that you have put one foot down. That's all. You have to be part of the capstone project phase. Now, the way we do the project phase for the group, guys, is each track comes together to form a team and build a product. So you have to be part of a team, but not just being part of a team. You have to do the work in the team. So there will be a team lead, and of course the mentors who will check that you are actually there. In fact, I've had a lot of people, who they made it to the final stage. They were part of the team, right? When it was, before you know it, they were MIA for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And towards the end, they come back and all that. And then when it's time for certification, they come to my DM that they have not seen their certificates. And I will tell them, you will never see it. In fact, I think I mentioned this thing before, how one sends me a message that that his certificate, that he's meant to have it, he graduated, this, that. I said, you were not part of the project. You were missing. There was no commitment. You were barely joining meetings, no contribution. You are not going to be certified. And he was like, that all these ones I'm doing, no problem, that it's just to see one-on-one and then we'll know who is who. And I'm like, that just shows why you will never even get it in this life. So why am I bringing this up? Threats will not work. It will not give you the certificate, right? Crying will not give you the certificate. Calling, I don't want to mention this thing, but calling, the Oga Patapata of Nigeria will not give you the certificate. There's nothing you will do apart from doing what is expected of you that will give you the certificate. So it is very important. I'll try as much as possible to remind us of the requirements. In fact, I will document it and just drop it somewhere so that it rings always in your head. Because of course it's possible that you actually forget these things. Okay. So, but please take note. It is very important so that you finish well. Okay. So that is summarily the workflow. That's summarily how Kodecamp actually runs. Okay. So it is up to you. The ball is in your court. Everything that you do from now will determine if you will make it or not. Now, finally, I said I was going to talk about the intermediate test. Now, the intermediate test is not for those in the beginner level track. The intermediate test is for those who has told us who signed up rather for the intermediate tracks. Now, in Kodecamp, we don't assume just because you said you have the prerequisites. Of course, for you to sign up for an intermediate track, it means you should have a prerequisite knowledge. So you are first a beginner. So we don't work by assumptions. So we will test you. And that is what the intermediate test is for. So for those who chose React, for those who chose agentic AI, for those who chose the Flutter intermediate, for those who chose the UI UX intermediate, there will also be a task uploaded for you on Monday. And you will see the deadline to submission. Deadline is also important, right? Deadline is also important. So if you pass, if you meet the cutoff, we will allow you to be in the intermediate track. If you do not meet the cutoff, please, we will send you back to the beginner equivalent of that track. So if you did not meet the cutoff for React, we will send you to front-end beginner. If you didn't meet the cutoff for agentic AI, we'll send you to AI for developers beginner. If you didn't meet the cutoff for Flutter intermediate, we'll send you to Flutter beginner. Same thing, UI UX intermediate to UI UX beginner. Yes, we want to be sure. We are doing you a favor. You may not like it, but trust me, it is the best thing that can happen to you. Right? Someone said I need to get BP drugs. You'll be fine. So it's the best thing that can happen to you. Right? Don't think you know when you don't know. Don't worry, there's 7.0. Right? By God's grace, there will be 8.0. So if you do beginner now, you can still do intermediate next time. Get the prerequisite knowledge. Don't jump the gun. Don't assume. Don't leave the basics. Okay? So if you know that from now till that Monday that the task is going to be dropped, if you want to take a chance, like I said, you probably will use AI. May I know, but don't worry now. When we ask you how far, okay, let's see. You will know. Now, let me also tell you something. In the course of one of the things I'm going to do in the course of the training, for some of you who may get into the intermediate tracks, within the first 2-3 weeks, you can still be demoted if we find out that you are struggling. In the end, it is to help you. That's what I want you to understand. It is to help you. It is not to look down on you, but it is us seeing that you're missing something. So we want you to go back and get it. Understand that nobody is here to attack you. We are here to help you. right? So that intermediate test, if from all I've said, you're now beginning to think about it that, man, I don't think this is for me. It's very easy. Just send a mail to support@code.camp requesting for a change of track. Tell us your student ID. Molly, please, you can pick that up from the Discord and just drop it on the chat. Please also drop it on the YouTube. Yeah, we have a few persons on the, we have some people on the YouTube who are also with us. So those on the YouTube, please, when it is time for Q&A, drop your questions. I will pick it up and I'll respond to you. I can see you all, Godwin, Kachi, Chris, to Empire, and the rest. Sharon, yeah, thank you so much, guys. So, and for those of you talking about recording, it's live, it's on YouTube, so you can also get it. So don't worry yourself. You don't have to request. Okay, so you can send email to support@code.camp. Of course, you must have joined the learning management system. So just give us in the mail, tell us your student ID, your name as it is on the LMS, the track you signed up for, and then the track you want to go to, you want to be moved to. Okay, so there is that permission for switching, but it's not going to be for long. Probably after maybe like the third week, we will shut it down. So after that third week, wherever you find yourself, stay here and manage. You will not die, Yakubu. So let's take note of that. Okay, so please, those of you with questions, just hang in there. We're going to get to the Q&A. Okay, so now someone just reminded me of something, which is internship. I know a lot of you are going to talk about that, of course. But what I'm going to say to this is one of the prerequisites for internship is being certified. And being certified, that is a major requirement for internship in Code House. Yes, so take note of that. Very, very important. Okay, so that's about it. And then the last thing before I hand over to Juma is the office hours. Let me see if I can pull that up quickly. The office hours. So the office hour basically, okay, I think I'll just share it later. The office hour is actually a time where for those of you who probably have challenges, questions, issues that you need help resolving, maybe about Discord, maybe about the LMS and all of that. You can actually, okay, I think I need to display this. So permits me, I'm gonna have to just quickly run through this. Yes, good. So so I had to add an extra week, so it's gonna run from the 13th, right? Down to 24th, if I'm not mistaken. So a structure to assist you in navigating the bootcamp, addressing any concerns, questions you may have regarding the program. And of course, it's basically just to equip you. Okay, so you can just copy the link, screenshot it or something and keep it handy. For those of you on the YouTube, you can just screenshot, keep it https://bits.ly kc6 -office-r, or what you call dash, right? Keep that handy. 12 p.m. every day from Monday to Friday over the next 2 weeks, we will have office hours, whatever your challenge is, right? That has to do with the program. Okay, maybe you're finding it difficult with your Discord, you're finding it difficult with the LMS, something you do not understand. Please, 12 p.m., join the call. And also it would help if you join and you're ready to share your screen so that we can help you to navigate. Okay, so if you're joining with your phone, please, I want you to know how to share screen. Maybe go after now over the weekend, learn how to share screen on Zoom. If you don't know how to, go to YouTube and just type how to share my screen on Zoom from my mobile phone. Yes, if you don't know, go and learn ahead of time. Because some of the things some of the issues you may have, it is best you show us so we have a proper understanding if you are not able to communicate it properly. So please screenshot, take the link, keep it handy, 12 p.m. from Monday to Friday this week and next week before classes start. And the reason we are doing this is to ensure that everybody has what they need, right? So that once classes start, you are settled. So if you do not, if once classes start and you're not settled, you have yourself to blame, not us, right? And please, office hours, we do not upload office hours on YouTube. We may upload maybe the first or second one, but it's not something we upload on YouTube. So you will have to join the Zoom. Yes, you have to join the Zoom. At least the first week, you have to join the Zoom. We don't upload it. I don't go live on YouTube for the office hours. Yes. So please ensure it is important that you join via the Zoom. So, okay, Chinedu, okay, thank you so much. You're already responding to a few persons on the YouTube. Thank you. So that's where I will just call it timeout, right? Thank you guys very, very much for your time, for listening. I want to believe I have done a bit of justice to giving you a bit of insight as to how, the boot camp actually is going to run. Okay, so from next week, we'll do a bit of onboarding and during the office hours on LMS and on Discord. So if you want to know how the LMS works, everything, whatever, join us on Monday. If you don't know how Discord works, join us on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and all that. Please, 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 please. It is very important so that you are properly onboarded and taken care of. So thank you very, very much. At this juncture, I will hand over to my co-host, yes, in the person of Ujunwa Princess Nikaba. Ujunwa, over to you.
Thank you so much for taking us through the roadmap. Let's also appreciate IKs. It's not easy. He has taken us through the entire system and how it works. So, okay, thank you. So now let's hear from those who have walked through this journey before you. Let's hear their real stories. Let's hear how they've grown. Let's hear about their results. So this session will be handled by the Assistant Program Manager, Imole Ayo Isiolu. Over to you, Ma.
Thank you so much, Udon. Hi, everyone. I hope you've been having fun, you've been learning, and you've been enjoying yourself. Yes, so just like she said, some persons have walked through this path and they are here to tell you their journey, how CodeCamp has helped them and how it has benefited them all the way. All right. So the first person I'll be calling is our very own David Oimai. Hi, David. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good evening, Mrs. Amore. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, do I have like um, a specific time limit?
Yes, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But time starts now.
All right, so that is really short. Okay, um, I'm really excited to be here and to see new faces and interested enthusiasts. Yes, come to learn and train under CodeCamp. It reminds me of when I started my journey in CodeCamp in 2024. Yes, around same time like this. Although I would say it was a bit towards past mid-year. Yes. Then it was, I would say, should I say preparedness met with opportunity? Yes, because one of the very important thing about life is having opportunity, right? Even if you are not skilled or you're not talented, if you get an opportunity and you make the most of it, that's you just make way for yourself. That is why you have somebody like the governor of Edo State being the present governor. even though he cannot really give a very good speech. But because of opportunity, he found himself there. Yeah, that's one thing I learned from my father, RPM, anyway. So my journey started in Kodecamp 4.0, and it was actually interesting. It was fun. Then Mr. Ikes was my trainer. Yeah, it was really tough. And one of the challenges I actually had was light issue where I stayed then. I mean, like we're not having light until about probably at night. They'll now bring the light around, let's say 12 a.m., 1 a.m., and then they'll take it before you wake up from your sleep. Then throughout the whole day, no light. So what I was doing is that I was always going to a restaurant to go and charge. I'll eat there, charge, work, do my training there, and go back home, let's say around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Now, the challenge I had was during the capstone phase where we were to build a word-based application. I mean, where you speak and you spell words. The app calls out the letters, the word, and then you spell. And as you're speaking, the letters appear on screen one by one. That was really a huge challenge for me. And I got it to, let me say, deadline to almost like the last two demo sessions. And that night, I actually fixed it. That was the night I slept off, not knowing that they were going to plan to steal my generator that night. Woke up in the morning, I didn't see generator outside my house. I mean, but the thing is that it didn't even really bother me because I felt so excited that, wow, I was able to do this. You mean like, wow, this is awesome. So Mr. Ike has taught me grit. Yeah, because of that grit, even though his words were like piercing arrows, right? Because there were times when he corrects you, or maybe you're expecting a particular score and you didn't actually meet that score. You'll be like, you'll be almost angry, but then try to, what also helped me was that I also looked out to get feedback from him, how I performed, and from the understanding I got during the classes, because I attended every one of the classes. I tried not to miss even if it's one class, because I never wanted to go back to watching YouTube classes. Rather, I want to be there following him as he's doing all of the on-hand experience. I'm also following up with my laptop, typing as well. That was what really helped me. It built that confidence and resilience in me. So, and I also learned not to be afraid of bugs. Yes, developers are always afraid of bugs, especially when you are starting with, when you start seeing all those red lines and you be like, where is all this one coming from? How did I solve all of this? You know, that kind of thing. So after I actually resolved and got over that project, it built that confidence in me. And I even started to help my colleagues even before the training ended. You know, I was really involved so much. From 2024, moved over to unpaid internship in 2025, and then paid internship too in 2025. You know, I think I was added to the intermediate class, even though I did beginners. But during the internship phase, I was added to the intermediate. I was moved over. I had to leave. Then I worked with people like Vera, who again, there's this other guy, Harry, I can remember very well vividly. We're working on this project and they just took me off to now start working on that project. So it was, in all of these, Bootcamp has really helped me a lot. Yes, with people like Engineer Nepet, because when you always talk, you're motivated to like be challenged, to want to learn new stuff, right? So it really helped, honestly. So, and 2026, and I became like a full member of Code House. And I was like, wow, this is just the hand of the Lord. But anyway, it was preparedness, right? It was really preparedness because even when there were challenges, especially light issues like what we're having experiencing right now, you will have to leave your house, go, even if it's to your neighbor or go to where you pay 500 naira or 1,000 naira to charge. Do it. It is going to build that grit in you, and you will not be scared of challenge, right? It was one of the things that also helped me during HNG period internship, because even after that, I got certified. A colleague reached out to me, a senior developer. He was like, he has already tried that HNG internship and he has not been able to succeed. But for me to go through, it was like, guy, how did you do it? I was still experiencing failures, right? Like light failures. But then that restaurant that I was always going to charge, I didn't mind. Even if I didn't have to like get something to eat, maybe a whole day, I'll just be there sitting and learning, right? So it builds character, which is very, very important. How you're able to communicate and work with teams, right? It's awesome. So guys, my experience was wonderful. And for you guys joining in, I would say you guys should give it your best shot, regardless, right? For every instruction that have been laid down, follow it to the letter. Listen carefully and pay attention. Yes, it's what actually helped me. Yes. So yeah, I'm now a trainer. The first time I actually trained, that was in 5.0, right? I was given an opportunity that if I would like to be a trainer, like taking the new beginner track, I was like, oh wow, that would be awesome, and I accepted it. Why? Because it's like giving back, right, to Bootcamp, helping others build themselves and their confidence in becoming what they desire to become. Yes, as developers. So it's been awesome. It's been awesome. So hmm, anyway, there's actually a lot to say because even through meeting one or two persons, I've been able to gain opportunities to work with other persons, like a contract job, right? And it's actually been awesome. So thank you so much. I'll just wrap it up here. But then, guys, so grit is very important. Even in the face of challenge, just keep pushing because Nigeria will send you. All right, so that's all for me. Back to you, Mrs. Savonda. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, David Oyemai. It's been a journey. Yes, so moving on, I'll move on to the next alumni, to the next testimonial. I'll be calling Kinikawa Soludo. Kinikawa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good
Good evening,
evening.
everyone. Good evening, everyone listening. Yeah, so first of all, I want to thank Code House and its management for this wonderful opportunity. Like, it's been amazing. Sincerely, I don't see myself registering to learn somewhere else other than Codecamp. I've been in Codecamp 5.0, Kodecamp 5X, and I'm currently on Kodecamp 6.0 because the journey has been really amazing and meeting a lot of amazing people. I started Kodecamp 5.0 just like this, and as usual, Ikes was talking about intermediate track and how they will kick us out if we don't pass our test. A lot of people were on the chat just like today saying, how do I go back to beginner? But I stood my ground. I said, yeah, I'm coming in and I'm coming in with full force. And I took the test and I passed. And I found myself still in the intermediate flutter track. The journey has been amazing and explosive. I learned a lot. Like, I needed structure because I self-learned at first, but there were so many things lacking, so many things I did not know. And when I joined that Flutter intermediate track, they gave me the structure that I was sincerely looking for. Then let's not even talk about the final project, just like David said, and a lot of them have said. I was also, light was a problem. I was also going to somewhere with my kids. We'll go down to where they charge phones. We'll be there. We are working on the project and everything just to see that it was a success to I and my team. I met wonderful people like Princess, Tibena, Ngozi, a lot of them. Yeah, so it was wonderful. Then while we were waiting for internship, as God will have it, I was the finalist in Flutter Intermediate. I joined 5X. I had no knowledge of Python, but I wanted to find a way to know how I can apply AI into my Flutter applications. And I didn't know Flutter. I didn't know Python. I was like, how will I do it? But I was, as Ikes said, grit. You saw they said he's the grit master. I went into that thing. I did crash course on Python for like 2 weeks. And I started AI for Developers track on 5X. And it was amazing. We started with a lot of people, but by the end of the program, we were very few in class, and I'm happy that I was one of them. I was one of the finalists. I learned a lot on how this AI, like ChatGPT, Gemini works. I learned how they work from behind, like should I say behind the scene. I began to understand what was going on there. So it was an amazing phase. It was an amazing phase. I met people like David Umbede. I don't know if he's on this call, Juliet, Michelle, a lot of them. Let me go to the internship. Yeah, I was on the internship, Flutter internship. I was on AI for developers. Yeah, putting both of them together and family, and then with Nigeria system of lights, we still have to find a way to make sure that things were working. I still met amazing people like Martha, Vera. There's so much of them and wonderful intern guides. I learned a lot on clean architecture, code quality, abstraction. I can't even begin to mention what I've gained through the internship. Sincerely, I see that a lot of us always want to get jobs, but I've seen the reason for this internship. I've learned so much that I can't begin to mention. So a lot has happened. I learned about pull requests. I knew just basics on GitHub, but what I know on GitHub like is so much right now. So the internship also helped solidify everything that I had learned. I learned about team management, work collaboration, even communication. I understood more than I have ever known. Yeah, and that was it's been an amazing journey, and I'm currently on 6.0. I'm here to solidify that Python skills that I took in 2 weeks. So I just want to say thank you again. I met Mrs. Imole, a very wonderful woman. Yeah, and engineer Enebet Udo, he was our instructor. I can't even begin to start talking about engineering Enebet, but sincerely, CodeCamp is now like a family to me. Like I'm here and I'm going to be here for a long time. I'm hoping by the grace of God, I'll be here for a long time. And I'm ready to walk this journey with CodeCamp. Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you, the management and my amazing colleagues. Yeah, God bless you.
Amen. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I said in the chat, in case you don't know, she's a mom and she's a wife. I understand that role perfectly. Adding that to being a woman in tech, it's a lot. So you don't have any excuse. That's what I'm trying to say. This testimonial we're giving is so that you tell yourself, if they can go through this and be successful at it, I do not have an excuse. Thank you so much, Nikawa. All right, finally, I'll be moving to another amazing woman. Don't let me say all the plenty things. I'll just call her name so she'll tell us about her journey as well. Iechi Achom, over to you.
All right, good evening, everyone. Please confirm that you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, so Vera, calm down. My name is Ihechi Elizabeth Achom, as she said. It's been a long journey. I started CodeCamp with CodeCamp 2.0, where I did digital marketing. I came back for 3.0. I did product design. 4.0, I went for product design intermediate, but I couldn't finish because I was pregnant at that time and was having complications, so I dropped out. For 5.0, that was 4.0. 5.0, I sat back and I looked at the tracks and I saw product management. And I have always worked in groups where if I'm not leading, I am assisting the leader and stuffs like that. So I decided to opt for product management. and met an amazing teacher, Hilda. For those of you that opted for product management, you're in safe hands. I can tell you that. And she took us through the process. And I could understand because it is something I do every day, right? And now being able to learn about what you have been doing was another awesome aspect of it. So we finished and I got to the project phase, and I met amazing people. And product management changed me. I'm one person that even if I'm in a group, I believe that if you want to get something done, do it yourself. But if you're a product manager, there comes a time when you want to get something done, but you can't do it. You don't have the ability to do it. You still have to depend on your team. I met amazing people in our Rosham team, Vera, Ajibike, Joshua. We had two Davids, Sakid, Faith. They were awesome people. But one thing that I learned apart from the theory was patience. I'm actually not a very patient person, but product management and the capstone project taught me patience. I remember during our pre-demo session when we were preparing for it, something happened to render. Like we laugh about it, somebody rendered our render, and my team could not come up with a URL. And Imole had told us that we would not be presenting from our local host. I remember getting on a call with my team members. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't write the codes, but I had to be there. And I was there as the glue that held everybody, even when they got tired. We started working on that challenge from 11 a.m. and it was at 6:45 p.m. that we got the URL for a 7 o'clock pre-demo session. That was the longest meeting, but somehow we're able to hold ourselves, work as a team, and we got that. I won't also forget my amazing designers. I've called Vera, I've called Ajibike, and Rosham Daddy, Mr. Yemi, if you're here, I appreciate you because I learned a lot from you. I learned patience from you. He's a very wonderful man. And don't worry, that name is going to stick with you. We're not changing it. Then after Kodecamp 5.0, I opted for 5X. And I spoke to Ikes and said, I want to do 5X, but I want advice. And that's one thing about Kodecamp, right? When you ask questions, when you ask the necessary questions, you get the right answers. But when you don't ask questions, you move blindly. So he told me, go for AI application and tools. That will help you in your product management journey. I did that, and it was tough because I was weaning my daughter, I think, of breastfeeding while also doing that. And for mothers here that have gone through weaning, you know how interesting it is. But grit kept me. I did that. I finished, and luckily I got the internship. And I had to put every single thing that I learned during the capstone project, my teamwork, the way I was able to work with my team into the internship. I ended up having to handle two products at the same time. It's been amazing. My team has been very supportive. I have been able to put every single thing I have learned to work with them. And I am now a more patient person because of Kodecamp, I must say. And to top it all, on the 1st of February this month, this is April, right? On the 1st of April, I got an offer letter. I am currently a staff of Code House. So like Imole will always say, I have run the full cycle, and Kodecamp made it possible. Grit made it possible. Being in a community that matters made it possible. So you are not in the wrong place. You're not here by chance. But what you get out of this will depend on how much you are able to put in. He who wants to be big must first be ready to sacrifice bigness. It is not going to be easy. I will not paint it. It will be tough. IKEs will hit on you. Your mentors would hit you. Your trainers would hit you. But I want to leave you with this. Think of the tax. Think of the scolding. Think of the flogging as sandpaper. And what does sandpaper do to wood? It brushes it the wrong way, but at the end of the day, the wood comes out shiny. So be ready to be shiny. Thank you very much.
Thank you so, so much. Amazing, amazing. I hope you're taking the advice. You're not just hearing it, you're taking it to heart. All right. So right about now, I'll hand over back the mic to our co-host, Ujua. Over to you.
Oh, thank you. The testimonials were so inspiring. Somebody's cutting onions because this thing, I almost cried. Anyways, let's move on to the Q&A session. The floor is open for questions. Ask about anything in the chat. Um, this session is going to be facilitated by Ikechukwu Achom, the program manager. So I'm handing over to iKids. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you for the floor. Okay, so so this is the Q&A session. So this is how we're going to do it for orderliness sake. So if you have a question, please raise your hand. I prefer to hear questions rather than read them off the chat. Okay. One of the things you also learn in Bootcamp is how to use communication. You talk. So don't be an introvert, right? Talk. Let's hear your voice. Let's work. Maybe you have a very nice voice. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have bars. Maybe you don't. But let's hear you. So if you have a question, please raise your hand and I will attend to them. For those on the YouTube, I am well active. Please do not unmute until I ask you to. That's a crime in Kodecamp meetings. We don't unmute until you are told to. So if you have a question, please raise your hand. For those on the YouTube, I'm active there, so just ensure you drop your question and I will attend to it. Okay, so I will start. I'm wondering why I'm seeing David Ohimai. I'm wondering why I'm seeing your hand. What question do you want to possibly ask me? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my question is a very simple question, right? It's like I'm not seeing him here. The senior front end developer, yes, that spoke after engineer and event, right? I just wanted clarification because I was almost thinking that like he's like a junior brother to you. But looking when you actually said that when you had a challenge and you went to meet him and you discussed stuff referring to community, because there's kind of a resemblance between you and him. So that is my question. My question is like, are both of you related or something like the resemblance, the beards, the eyebrows, the face, yeah, right. So that's actually my
Okay, I was wondering what you wanted to ask. Okay, well, we are not related by blood. Okay, his name is Chilo Wokolo. My name is Ikechukwu Chom. So we are not. But yeah, I have heard it before that we look alike, and though I don't really see it per se, right? Yeah, but he's like a brother, right? We've been through. In fact, his wife is also like a sister of mine. We are all related by tech. Yes, I think my Elizabeth just said it. His wife also was a very close. In fact, his wife was one of the many catalysts that actually brought me to Code House. One of the many, right? So we're like a family. So I think I'll just somebody like I said, one of these days I'll bring him into normal team meetings. He's someone who is always open to contribute. Yeah. Okay. If you need a connect, don't worry, I can connect you guys. Okay, thank you very much, David. Okay, so Olarewaju, let's get to your question.
Good evening, sir. Everyone. You can hear me, sir.
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
All right, thank you, sir. Actually, my question is more like answer.
Sorry?
Uh,
I
so
try
my
to speak a bit audible, please. Be a bit audible.
okay, sir. I don't. Is it okay like this? Is it better?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So I said my question is more with others more on seeking direction of cancer. While Elizabeth was speaking earlier, he suggested that or rather advised that someone that wants to before going to AI developer, the person must have been a developer, before. And while for machine learning, the person must have been a Python. So my question sir, is would you advise that one thing the fast API, Python fast API rather than AI for developer, beginner software?
Okay, so here's the thing. When it comes to guiding people on what to choose, I usually like to get to know a few things about them, right? To properly assist. Now, but when you look at the two things you're calling backend fast API and AI. You said AI for developers, right? Between those two, right? Hello, can you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me? Okay,
Yes,
so
I heard.
so here's the thing. There's a reason the course is called AI for developers. So if you are not a developer, I would not really advise. Now, I'm not saying people shouldn't take on challenges. A testimonial or a testimony to that is Guinea Kanwa, right? Who could have dropped, to beginner, but she decided to push and look at where she is. But both of them are a bit apart, right? Um, Back end fast API, right? Of course, you will learn Python, right? Because that's the language that is being used, right? So that actually will make you a developer. So if you are not a developer, I would advise you should go for back-end fast API since that is what you mentioned, right? And not for AI for developers because you have to be a developer to go for AI for developers, hence the name AI for developers, right? But if you're a developer from maybe you're a front end or whatever, language or in any other capacity, it's fine. But if you're not, I would advise you just, since these are the two options you gave, right? Just go for the backend fast API. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Engineer Bed wants to add to that. Engineer Bed, over to you.
Yeah, I think that question might be because of what I posted on the chat,
Okay.
which I will still announce. If you are coming for machine learning core or machine learning, you have to have Python foundation. And that's why if you listen to, Ginika did Python before running for 2 weeks before running the AI for developers. So that still helps. In fact, in both cases, you have to know Python, right? But for machine learning core, you have to have a Python background. If you do not, you will struggle. Machine learning is difficult enough on its own with all of the mathematics and all of the concepts without you struggling with, do I understand the code, right? So I would recommend anybody that wants to do machine learning, if you do not know Python, then you have to switch. But if you are still, what's the word now? If you are still adamant that you must do machine learning, you have 2 weeks. Like Ginika, go and do crash course in Python now, starting from today. If you don't know Python and you want to do machine learning, that's number one. Now, number two, for AI for developers, like Ike has said, it is for developers. That's the keyword there. The keyword in that track is not AI, it is developers. In other words, if you do not already have the skill and ability to write and build code or products, build software products. Don't come to AI for developers because you will drop out. In other words, if you are just somebody that has never really coded anything or has never really built a product, you are learning how to code, or you just finished. Maybe let's assume you finished 5.0 and your hand is not strong in any of the programming tracks, whatever it is, whether it's Flutter, whether it's JavaScript, whether it's front end, back end, whatever it is, you have to be strong first. So if you want to do AI for developers, it is for people who already are developers. That is, you are already writing code and you have built products. Not that you are learning how to build products. You have already built products. You have released products, whether it is for your own personal use or for whatever. And you want to learn how to make those products intelligent. Then you come for AI for developers. If you do not, what Ginika gave a testimonial. Let me just add to her testimonial. What she did not tell everyone on this during her testimonial is she was among 137 people that registered for AI for developers track. And she's among the 8 people that remain. 8 people got into the finals after, 8 stages or 9 stages from 137 people. So that's just to tell you. And that's why I'm making this very clear so that I don't want sub stories. It is not for the weak. You already have to be a developer to do AI for developers. And even the AI for developers intermediate, which is agentic AI, that means you also not only have to be a developer, we also have to know about LangChain. You also need to already know how to build code for AI. You have to know about well, I don't need to go into all of those details, but by the time you write the intermediate test, we'll know. The only thing is that there's no problem. If you drop from intermediate of AI for developers into beginners and you get demoted, well, if you come and reach my site and you still don't know, you're not a developer, I don't know where it will kick you to. So I hope that answers your question. And that's why at the beginning, when I made my, that opening speech I did, I kind of gave people that, the general direction you should be taking. So I hope that helps with that question that was asked.
Yes, thank you so
Yes,
much,
Doc.
Engineer Nibet.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll just respond to one or two persons on the YouTube before I call on Boluwati first. So to Onos, yeah, like who is asking for the roadmap for someone who wants to go into DevOps. So the curriculum for the DevOps is on the LMS, so you can check that out. Um, to eMarket Hub is asking if the class session will also be live on YouTube. So class sessions are not live on YouTube, it's on Zoom, but they are pre-recorded and they are uploaded to the YouTube. So ensure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and your notification is turned on so that once we upload your class, you will be notified. Okay. And then also, he's asking, how do we cope for those working 12 hours work? Well, you will cope, right? You will cope. You have no choice. You either cope, you either choose to cope or you choose not to. You're the only person who understands the dynamics of your work, the time and all that. So you have to utilize your time. Everybody has 24 hours. Everybody is busy. But you see, in the end, it is what you place value on that you will give time to. Okay. I cannot tell you how to manage or utilize your time if I do not understand how your schedule is and all of that. But we know that we have people who probably work 9 to 5 and all of that. That is why we ensure that classes are recorded and uploaded on YouTube. So if you miss it, you can always just go to the YouTube and just watch the class. And of course, the task is there for you to get back to and all of that. You also have your peers, so which is very important. Why you should, actually network, right? Get a peer, get someone that you can always reach out to, right, within your track for information. Okay, you'll be fine. Maybe we can have a much more practical session if you join the office hours. If you can tell me, okay, this is how the nature of my work is, this is the time, then we can actually come up with something, and yeah, that might actually help. Okay. Someone said I've written code with HTML and HTML CSS, and I registered for AI for developer. Can I still go on with it? Engineering, but I feel like I should give you this one. So the person is asking on YouTube that he has written code with HTML, CSS, and he registered for AI for developer. Is asking if he should still go on with it. What are your thoughts?
Um, if you are not at least doing React, I don't advise unless you can spend 2 weeks to learn React.
Okay, thank you very much. So while I still have you, sir, just this last one, and then I'll get to those on the Zoom. Someone says, will you advise one to go for for programming before going for DevOps? Well, that's how the question is being put. Will you advise one? Will you advise one go for programming before going for DevOps?
It's not necessary. You can do DevOps independent of programming. You can do DevOps before programming. You can do it after programming. The thing that you need for DevOps is system administration, command line, bash, and all of that, which DevOps will teach you.
Teach you.
So you
Yeah.
actually don't need, you can go into DevOps as a beginner, but at least you need to understand systems, right? And you can also go into development as a beginner. In fact, everything that we have marked as beginner in CodeCamp, you can go in as a beginner, except the only two exceptions are the machine learning core and the AI for developers. Because AI for developers, you have to be a developer, so you're not a beginner. The machine learning core, you have to have some Python knowledge, so you're not really a beginner. But I believe almost every other thing, for every other thing that is marked as beginner, you can go in as a beginner.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so Jacob, so Onos, I hope that answers your question, Onos, on YouTube. So Jacob, please unmute and go ahead with your question. So we should be out of here in the next 10 minutes. We should be done with the Q&A. So let's take it quickly. Jacob, are you there? Okay, so I think Jacob is not available at the moment. Okay, so Willie Adenuga.
Good evening. Good
Okay,
afternoon.
Jacob.
Mine
Okay,
is I
Jacob is
registered
back.
for
Go ahead.
I'm already out of it. So I'm asking to go about that. Sir?
Sorry, take that again.
Can you hear me? I said I registered for AI for developers, but with the explanations, I feel I'm out of that. So I'm considering to go for product management.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. So just if you like, I'll just use that to answer because someone also asked how to switch your track. So Imole, please, if you can just still post that again, right? Send a mail to support@code.camp, right? Stating your student ID, your full name, the level, the track you are on at the moment. That's the one you registered for, and the one you want to switch to. Send it as a mail to support@code.camp. Please, when sending a mail, please ensure, if possible, right? I think this is one of the things Mr. Chilo said. If possible, pay attention to detail. You can, if you don't know how to send a mail, please go online, ask Google, how can I send a mail? Go to anywhere, because some of the mails I've seen, I look at it and I don't even know how to start. In fact, someone actually puts, I can't even remember how the person put it. One of them, there was no subject, no nothing. Person just dumped, I want to change my track. And the message was just, I trust me, I won't attend to it. Yes, I won't attend to it. That's you. One of the things you learn in code camp is how to do things and do it well if you want to get my attention. So it's either I will ignore you or I will correct you, right, in a very interesting way. And I know how to be very sarcastic. So to avoid that, please make sure you review and review. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much. So Jacob, I think that answers your question. Willie,
Hello, Willie, are you there?
Yes. Hello everyone. So although I sent a mail, so I just felt like I should also say it here. I'm coming from the back end, and I have a bit knowledge on React. So I was wondering if I should go for the beginner course or the intermediate. I already sent a mail already, but I just wanted to um get the first hand answer here.
Okay, so you have when you say a bit of knowledge, so you're not really very strong in React. So you want to know if you should go to the beginner equivalent of React is the front end where you learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I just want to be sure. So your question is, should you go to the beginner and learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript before, or should you rather just stay in React? Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay, so now here is the thing. One of the major prerequisites for React is that you should know JavaScript. So do you know JavaScript very well? So on a scale of
Yes.
1 to 10. Okay, so if you know JavaScript to a very great extent, then stay in React. Though there's a test for it, right? To be sure, go for the test, try it out, and then yeah, if you make it, fine. If not, then you know, you head back to the beginner and perfect your skill, right? Or there's also the POS option.
Okay.
But good luck. But
Thank
good
you.
luck. Just go attempt. In fact, I'm telling you, go attempt that test. Don't run. Don't run. You can do it.
Okay.
Just for you. Somebody else, I might tell them to run away. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So someone's asking on the YouTube. I've written. I registered for front end development. Okay, I've written code with HTML, but not familiar. Yes, just stay. That's Esther. Stay on the front end. Yes, you're okay where you are. Someone is asking, is there an internship offer after the program? Yes, of course. For those who actually make it to the end and are certified, we have internship opportunities. Thank you so much. Um, okay, the last question, last hand raised. Leosa, I hope I pronounced that well. Please go ahead with your question.
Good evening.
Yes, good
Please,
evening.
I wanted to know how to determine your level of knowledge and learning. Like, how do you know if you're to register for the beginner part or the intermediate part?
How do you know your level if you should register for the beginner or the intermediate?
Yes,
Of which track?
where you
UI UX.
yes.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Um, do I have a UI UX person on this call? Can't seem to find Divine. I would love to take that, but I want to see if they are here. Okay, let me just say this. So let me ask you a question. Have you how much how long have you been into the UI UX space?
Just for a couple of weeks, I've taken different
A couple of
classes
what?
like couple of months.
Couple of months.
Yes, not
Okay.
so much. It's
Sorry, not
about
up to what?
not up to 2 months, one and a
Not
half
up to
months.
2 months.
Yes. I'm from
Okay.
different places. Like I'm taking two different courses. Two
Sorry,
courses,
you're breaking, so I'm
beginner level
really
courses.
struggling to you're breaking, so I'm really struggling to hear you.
Oh,
But um go for the
can you hear me
beginner.
better now?
Don't worry, just go for the beginner. That's my advice to you. Go for the beginner. I already suspect something, so just go for the beginner. If you are not convinced, then reach
Mm,
out to me on Discord and I'll prove it to you. But my advice will be for you to go for the beginner. I already suspect something. Okay? You won't
all right.
regret it. Don't worry, trust me. You won't. You won't. Not at all. In fact, let me even help you. In fact, usually we have during internship was usually reserved for intermediates. Yes, though we may go back to that, But over time, there was a time we had to be flexible and say, okay, fine, if you're a beginner, you can also apply for the internship. And I can tell you for a fact that um, there are a few persons who actually signed up for the internship as beginners, and they are doing so well, right? Why? Because beginner will ground you in the basic things you need to know. So stay true, stay true. Don't assume. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, so I think that's all the questions we have at the moment. I'm sure some of you maybe you but after the program you still have some few questions. So I'll just reiterate that the office hour starts from Monday, 12 p.m. Every day, right? So if you still have questions, need clarity, please ensure that you join. Okay. So thank you very, very much for that. And I will hand over to our able co-host as she takes us through to the end of the opening ceremony. Thank you so much. Ujunwa, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much for providing clarity. Um, Before we wrap up, let's hear final words from our Oga, our leaders. I want to call on Engineer Anthony Okoro to give us his final words. Over to you, Engineer Anthony. I don't know if he's still on.
Yeah, I think he just joined back, so his audio is yet to connect. Okay, yeah, he's back on. Yeah.
Okay. Engineer Anthony, please, can you unmute and share insights? I don't
Sorry,
think
am I being asked to speak?
Yes, sir. Don't think you
Well,
can.
sorry, I've been on the road. Good
Okay.
evening. I've actually been driving in the past few minutes, so I don't actually know what I'm to say, but well, it's we're starting shortly, and it promises to be an exciting ride, but not an easy one. So I'll just say, let's just engage actively, and definitely we'll be glad we did. I hope that covers what I'm expected to say. Does it?
It does, sir. All right,
Okay,
let's move on.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to Engineer Anibet Udo. So please, can you share the final thoughts with us?
Okay, so this is just the beginning, right, for everyone. Um, it is a good plan to be aligned. What do I mean by aligned? You are kicking off a career at this point. I know that a bunch of people have picked different tracks based on maybe they read the word in the track, the name of the track. It sounded like something that they want to do, or it sounded like something they would like to do, or something that they will make a lot of money if they have that skill or something, right? If you already know what you want to do and you're very sure of it, go ahead and pick, right? But I think there is opportunity to switch tracks and even levels if you're not able to meet up the intermediate test. But one thing I do want to advise everyone is if you are still not sure and you're not sure if you are qualified for one thing or the other, you can reach out and ask for advice. You can ask for others in Bootcamp, and I believe we have office hours as well. Before we start this training session, I think we have a few days or maybe a week, 2 weeks, or 10 days or something like that. You still have the opportunity to talk to people to get good advice on what you should choose. Because yes, Bootcamp runs every year, the Bootcamp runs every year. So you have an opportunity to come back next year. Maybe if you picked something that was difficult. But as you keep as each year passes, time is passing. Okay, so you don't have all the time in the world. So if you have an optimal pathway, you know, from where you are currently to where you want to be, it's always best for you. So you can ask questions. Probably what we can do, I'll ask either Ike or Imole to do that, is to create a channel on Discord where people can actually ask questions on what should I do. I am available on Discord. I can answer, and others can answer as well in terms of giving advice. If you're not really sure, the second thing is you're not really sure, do I have the prerequisite skills? CodeCamp is a community. Apart from Bootcamp itself, it's a community. So you're not coming here trying to impress anybody. You should not. You're coming here to build your skill and your capacity. And once you have built your skill and your capacity, right, everybody will be impressed, right? But at this stage, be real, be open, be grounded, be, down to earth. Ask questions. Ask stupid questions. There's always this thing they say, you have a chance to ask stupid questions. If you are a newbie or a novice, you can be forgiven. But when you have started claiming to be an expert, it becomes more difficult for you to ask silly questions because they'll say, this person. So I think we should have a channel like that. I don't know, we've never had that kind of thing. I am interested in advising people, especially from the discussions and the few questions that have been asked here. There are a lot of people who may even silently not feel comfortable asking questions. Or you can ask questions that will guide you so that you choose the right track. I've already spoken to several people and kind of directed on this is what is based on conversation and based on this is what you can pick or these are the options you can pick. But if, of course, you already know what you want to do, you just go and do it. So that's what I want to advise. Make the best of this opportunity, right? There's been a lot of testimonials. David has talked about grit, generators and all of that. Power, where do you even get power, especially in a country that doesn't even care about you or about providing basic amenities that you need to develop your skills, even though you are even funding the development of skills by yourself with your data. And an organization like Codecamp or Codehouse is funding the training and making it free. But it's still not enough. People still have to struggle to look for how to power their laptops and whatever. People still need to figure out where they'll go and stand, whether they'll climb a mast or a tall tree to have network. So but the point I made before, which others with all of the testimonials and so on have said, is do not let any of these things deter you. Do not expect it to be easy. It's not going to be easy. We're not in a place or in an environment where these things are designed to be easy, right? But it is the barrier you have to break for you to succeed. You will not succeed if you continue to just cite these limitations as your excuses. Oh, I don't have power, so I can't do anything. You will never succeed. For you to get to that point where you have power, where you can overcome the limitations of power, you have to first of all, make those sacrifices. And I think almost everyone, who has gotten somewhere did make those sacrifices. So that's a challenge. The good thing with the whole grit thing is that it gives you a way to look at those sacrifices, gives you a way for you to continue to strive, even when those challenges seem insurmountable, right? You still find a way to get around it. You don't become emotional about it. You don't become, pulled down by it, but rather you focus on what you get at the end, the proverbial end of the tunnel, right? Focus on that and you're able to push through. So that will be my closing remark. In the next couple of days, I think we'll have a bit more engagements, more questions will be answered. So there's a lot of opportunity to align yourselves. So um, thank you, everyone for being here, for those who have joined and those who have stayed up to this point. This is the beginning of the grit we are talking about. When we started, I noticed I was taking count. We had 120 people on this call. I don't know how many people are joining via YouTube, but now we are down to 72. So already the number is almost halfway. So you begin to see how things will pan out. And thank you for the program manager, assistant program manager, and all the work that has been done to organize this, and also all of the team members. Ujunwa co-host. Ujunwa also has another story, but maybe we'll tell that story another day. I would like to tell Ujunwa's story, but let me keep it. Ujunwa doesn't know that I know a lot more about her than she thinks, but let's keep that one. And all of the trainers, all of the mentors, and everyone who has really helped to make this what it is today. Thank you. This is the beginning of the journey, and we will get there some in 4 months. We'll get somewhere.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Please let's appreciate Engineer a bit. I really want to hear my own story because I haven't heard it before, so I'll be really glad to hear it one day. Okay, so before we close, I would like us to turn on our cameras. Let's see the beautiful faces in Kodecamp 6.0. Don't be shy. Let's go. Let me start. Please turn on your cameras. I want to see your faces. Even if you don't have light, please turn it on. Yes, Boliwatife, I want to see your face in particular. Oh, look at that beautiful people. Boliwatife, I've not seen your own. No. It's morning, it's afternoon, it's evening on my own end. Please turn on your cameras. Happy Amarachi, Toluwanimi, Juliet. I want to see your face. Henry Uzo. Let's see your faces. Theophilus, let's see your face. Turn it on, please. I want to take a screenshot. All right. Okay. Zikam. Zikam is beautiful. Oh. We have beautiful people here. Who is this person with glasses? Matilda, why are you like Matilda? Wow.
But seriously, we need to consider it. Why can't we have a CodeCamp wedding? What's going on?
Yes,
Can't we connect beyond just codes?
We can.
Like
for example.
Look at Willie. Look at Willie right now. Like
let's
Willie,
start with
say
you.
you're
Somebody
single.
asked if you were single.
Willie on mute. I want to start with Willie. Willie, can you hear me? On mute. Fine guy. Are you single? You're single, right?
Yes, I am.
See now, this is what we are talking about. Like, look at a fine young man. Look at Theophilus. Theophilus have had fine man immediately he unmuted immediately so that we'll see his own. So, ladies, are you not seeing this? Guys, are you not also seeing? So we can connect. You understand? I would love to attend a CodeCamp wedding. I would love to. I'm just putting this out there. Just
IQ,
putting it
let's
out.
attend your Matilda. Did you see Matilda and is it Zikam?
Oju,
Did you see them?
Ojua, I think I'll take
Did
your
it?
co-host privilege right now.
Oh my God!
Okay.
But seriously, getting married. When are you getting married? I want to attend wedding. Your own in particular.
Ujunwa, don't pressure Ikis, please.
I'm not pressuring him now.
I'm married though.
He wants to do connection.
Please.
Now, Theophilus is
Oh.
married. Out of
Even
this.
Sunshine is saying you should not pressure Ikis. Don't pressure him. Mhm. Oh.
Hello,
No.
sunshine.
Sunshine is defending her uncle.
Yes. Is our baby code
It's
comfort?
fine. All right.
KodeCamp baby.
So if you're ready for this bootcamp, type "let's go" in the chat. Let's go there. If you're ready for this bootcamp, type "let's go." Only Matilda waka come. Let's go there. Let's go. All right, you can turn off your videos. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I want to thank everybody that has spoken today, our speakers, Engineer Nebet, Engineer Anthony, the program manager, Ikechukwu Achom, the single Ikechukwu Achom, the assistant program manager, Mrs. Imole Ayo, and everybody that has taken time to share their testimonies. Just everybody that has taken time to share the word of KodeCamp. So as we move forward, I want us to keep inviting people to KodeCamp. Tell them about KodeCamp. It's a free training, and it's great to share something beneficial with your contacts. Share it on WhatsApp, share it on LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. Threads, Facebook, all your social media platforms. Spread the word. KodeCamp is here again. I would like to hand over to Ikechukwu Achom to conclude this session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, our amiable co-hosts. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. To the organizers, of course, the management team, and the trainers, and all of you who have signed up for Bootcamp 6.0. Thank you so much for staying till the end. I think someone is still asking, so but just to reiterate, by Monday, we just know that we have started. Immediately after the opening ceremony, Bootcamp has kicked off. So from Monday, we're going to be having the office hours, the office hour by 12 p.m. and of course all through the week. The intermediate test will also be dropped on Monday. The stage 0 task, your very first task, will be dropped also on Monday. So do well to get familiar with the LMS, get familiar with the Discord. We will do have the onboarding of those tools on Monday. So do well to join, and for the sake of what we will do on Monday, we will record that one and upload because we'll be doing a bit of deep dive. But I would really hope you join the live session so you can actually ask questions and get clarity. For those of you who want to switch tracks, please ensure you have sent the mail. I will be attending to all those mail this night, right? So that your LMS dashboard will be updated. So if you want to switch tasks, please do well to send a mail and I will attend to them. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing and insightful session. I hope to see you guys at the closing ceremony as finalists, certified finalists. So do have a wonderful night rest. Goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Jacob.
Thank you. Good night.